You need your boots now.
Oh, careful.
Bit slippy up there.
Right.
Hello! You'll never guess what's just happened. We said goodbye earlier on. But those sneaky so-and-sos, I thought they were doing this. We're trying to trick us. They went back into the kennel where the hounds usually live. They hung around there for 20 minutes. We had a drone in the air. They took the red coats off. We could see them walking around. Looked like they demounted their horses. But it was like 1:30. Now that has never, according to the SABs, been the case for this hunt to finish that early. Sorry, we've been running through a public footpath.
Yeah, there we go. Look, nice. Public footpath sign.
Public footpath. Public footpath. I don't know what I'm meant to be looking at. So we thought perhaps that, that was it. They were calling it early, which would mean Baz got to go to the pub. He was quite looking forward to that. And then when we drove past, right, because we were going to get a photo, it really looked like things had shut down. In the back of my mind, never trust him fully. They'd got back on their horses with their red coats, and the look of shock when they saw that we had seen them going back out after they tried to sneak away, thinking that they could hide whilst wearing bright red coats in the countryside, mounted upon big mammals. I'm slightly confused how they think we could. All the horns going off. We've come down this public footpath because they snuck out the back of where the kennels are. So they're in these woods here. So they're driving the hounds all the way through. So this is quite a good vantage point because we can see where they run. But the hounds and the horn is over this way. What? Honestly, they think they can get away with that? No. Obviously we're sat waiting to make sure they really had, because they do this is a tactic that they do often to try and get rid of SAB presence and of course us filming, is to pretend they're packing up or pretend something's happened that will, get rid of us. But it doesn't. Okay. Oh dear. Okay, so this is they're riding their horses. They did. They ran. They galloped out the yard as soon as they realised that we'd spotted them. You might think we're losing our minds on a Saturday up here with Indy galloping around like a horse. So I can tell you might be correct on that front. But honestly, the look of shock, and they sprinted out of that gate as fast as they possibly could once they realised that we'd realised what they were up to. The cheeky shenanigans of the Cottesmore Hunt. But the thing is, I would rather they were wasting their time messing us around than actually out chasing wildlife in these fields. So if they want to do that, they can do that as many times as they want. If they want to waste 20 minutes going back, for me, I'm going to celebrate that. I think that can only be a good thing, because that's 20 minutes less that they are not around. Right, whilst we wait to get eyes on, I'm going to read you an email. It's quite an important one. Now, we've asked earlier on in the broadcast, before we thought it had come to an end and reappeared magically, for you to message your MP, because the big ask at the moment is for the government to act on what they've promised us in tightening the 2004 Hunting Act. So limits smokescreen, stops the smokescreen and closes those loopholes. And when emailing Emma Reynolds MP, we got a response from her parliamentary assistant, and I'm going to read this out to you. The department is consulting on what the definition of trail hunting should be in law, while simultaneously consulting on the best way to enact the ban. The department is not consulting on a full ban on hunting. That was not what they promised when they were putting in their pledges in order to get elected. That's not what they have said previously. They are definitely significantly backtracking, which is a massive concern. I mean, how are we meant to trust our politicians when they don't act on what they say? So that's really important that we know this and we use our voice to speak up for it. Not just the SABs, but everyone that's watching at home, everyone enacting. But let's have a little look. We've got a couple. We've got subs out in the field.
There's wood over here, Brownswell's cover.
The furthest bit.
Yeah, hang on, I just got a message. Hang on. Brownswell.
Message coming through.
They're heading to poor close cover. Let me just check that. So yeah, this area, essentially this wood here. Yeah. So
Right at the back.
Yeah, that far one you can see. Heading to poor close, so they should be heading slightly further to our right as we look.
Okay.
But they like to hunt these two woods here as well. There's one there and just one there. So
chances are
come into our spot.
Right.
Here. So we've got 2 teams up there keeping track of things. So
we've got a good eye on them. But they nearly got us, didn't they?
They did, yeah.
They nearly got us.
We were all shocked, to be fair. It doesn't matter how long you do this for. We thought they was over, and got the coats back on, and back out they went. But thankfully, we're still here. So yeah, I think that just adds to the whole story, though. Of normally second horses takes place where there's lots of horses around, lots of people talking, maybe a quick drink, quick change of horses, and back again. There's no trying to hide it.
Yeah.
Today, it was completely trying to hide all of it.
They were all trying to throw us
undercover,
weren't they? They were under the roof.
Red coats came off, horse boxes left, no cars around, all the horse.
The horse boxes left. They went to extreme lengths to try and convince us, didn't they?
They did, yeah. Just goes to show what they're like and how far they'll go to now bring hounds back out into all the woodland now. Do you know what I mean?
And try and do it completely undisturbed.
Do it without us here,
so that they can get away with killing foxes legally without anyone watching.
Absolutely, yeah. It just highlights it, doesn't it? It just really highlights it. So,
was that at the top?
It's entered the west side of Paul Close cover. So yeah, it's over in this general direction.
There's a white speck at the top there, but I can't quite see.
That's a pretty good zoom on these.
Let's have a re-establishment why we just started. What's happening?
So, hello, if you're just joining us again, we are at the Cottesmore Hunt today. It's the last Saturday of their season. They've got one more hunt to go in the week, but this is the last weekend. So we thought we'd come out and join them and document their illegal fox hunting activities with the North Hunt Sabs, who do brilliant work in raising awareness for the atrocities that go on here. And they nearly tricked us. I'll admit it. They nearly tricked us, but not quite. They didn't quite get away with it. We had a whole live stream, said goodbye, did the final plea and the thanks and all of that jazz, because they went into the kennels where the hounds are normally kept, which is sometimes where they end the meet anyway. They took the red jackets off, they got off the horses, they had horse vans coming out. So it really did look like, we were waiting there for a good 20 minutes, it looked like they were really going to a close. And they do this sometimes, so they try and trick you, but normally not to this extent. They went to great lengths and nearly fooled us, because when we decided we'd take a picture for the Sabs quite close to the kennel, as we pulled up on the driveway, 2 riders back on their horses, back in their red coats, looked pretty shocked that we had just pulled up next door. They thought we were long gone, we weren't, and they looked pretty horrified that we were there chasing them, and they galloped off as fast as they could, as if we hadn't spotted them on their giant mounts and their red coats. Anyway, so we're here, we've come along this public footpath to this good vantage point. They're currently in the woods there. It's worth saying that fox hunting has been illegal in the UK, hunting with hounds and fox hunting, since 2004, since the Ban Hunting Act came into play. But these hunts have been going out 15,000 times, over 15,000 times every season. Obviously, it does depend and it does shift. And 46% of all registered hunts have been seen in one... Was that in cry? So I'm just seeing if the hounds were in cry then. I thought I heard something. 46% of the registered hunts have been seen chasing or killing a fox. This is a legal activity that goes on in 2026. These poor animals are chased through the countryside by a pack of hounds that, also have their own abuse given to them, and torn apart. And it is devastating, not just for foxes, but all kinds of wildlife. So we're here to support Hunt Sabs and other organisations. What's going on? Going to keep going down. And we'll be here until the bitter end of the day and the bitter end of fox hunting. Oh dear. See how it's going. Are they on the move?
Yeah, it sounds like they're going deeper into that poor close cover.
Another public right away.
Yeah, another public. Thank you very much. And one of our team who came last time did not have the right shoes on, and this time we said, bring your boots. He did, he just left them in a car. I did try and warn him. It's drier than it was last time we were at the Cottesmore, so false sense of security on that one, Baz. How's it going?
Hang on a second.
There's something on the move, an animal of some description. I think it might be a hare.
Past the fence line?
Yeah.
Potentially a hare.
Okay, cool. We're walking down the footpath almost towards Langham Lane, the cemetery, so we've got a good view across to all of it. We're going to need to get our vehicle.
Are you in the chat with Dave? I think you are, yeah.
Hang on.
Just sorting out logistics. Horns going again in the woods. Subs are out in that field. That's good. They're a bit closer. Pheasant.
I'll quickly call you.
This is part of it sometimes, just in order to keep on top of them. Can be a challenge when they go into thick woodland. Oh, so for everyone who missed Amir's departure, wonderful Amir, he left to head home to break his fast for Ramadan. So he wanted to be home for a famous Mama Khan family dinner, and needed to be home for that to break his fast. So Amir's left us, but he did a great job joining and helping to raise that awareness. So horns going off again. So it's just me and the sub team. Oh.
Yeah, there's a kind of bundle of woods over there, as you can see here. 3 or 4 sort of small copses. So it sounds like he's just bouncing between the two. He's obviously been over there a fair while as well, hasn't he? So what's it been?
Yeah.
20 minutes we've been in here, I don't know. 15, 20 minutes.
So potentially they've got they've come across a scent or something in there?
We haven't heard the hounds speaking yet.
True.
I mean, it doesn't mean they haven't been, but we just haven't heard it from here. But I think we've got another team over there, and we can see that other team heading up as well. So we're just remaining on this nice, lovely footpath. Oh, they've got huntsmen, hang on. Moving southwest.
It's really shocking, actually.
So he should be coming into our view.
Like the sound of a hound
Copy that.
in full cry.
Oh, it's horrible.
It's the worst sound.
It's bone chilling when you hear them all go into cry, and cry is like a high pitched kind of squeal that the dogs do when they get on a scent, because it's like an excitable, gather around, we're going after this.
Yeah,
it's horrible.
It's horrible. Because this is my first season, and I'd kind of heard them speaking, and I thought, perhaps that's what it is. And then when you hear them in full cry, it's just a completely different sound. It's bone chilling.
Yeah, very, very sad.
And the thing that's sad is the hounds are amazing dogs. They're so loving, they're so affectionate when they see us. They just always want to cuddle, and they're just bred to do this. And it's trained into them, and it just makes it even more devastating.
One of the things that I found quite interesting reading up on the history of the hounds that are used. Hounds are coming. Hounds are speaking. Indicates a bit of activity. So when they were domesticated and bred as a breed, they didn't breed them to be particularly fast. They bred them to be specifically just not quite as fast as a fox. Yeah. So then that enables a longer chase. So a fox will be faster than these hounds, but at the same time, it can't run for the duration or the length.
Yeah. And it wasn't actually until I got involved in sabbing that I realised that during the main season, the riders want that thrill of the chase. Yeah. They want to chase. They want to see the fox being pursued. Whereas cubbing season, that's a different beast in itself. That's just, it's kind of... Oh.
Again, he wore the wrong shoes. We were going through a muddy part. Barry's upset by his footwear decisions, but look. Oh dear. Haven't heard them speak for a minute.
No, we just have a look from here, shall we?
Lovely skylark again. Just waiting to see if we can hear anything as much as if we can see anything.
Back to Webb. Are you saying back to Brown?
Might be moving around again. If you do have any questions about fox hunting in general, what it's like to be out here, questions for any of the SABs, do put it into the chat or comment on social media. Do my best to answer as many as we possibly can. But yeah, it's devastating. My fingers are very numb at this point. But it's worth every second being out here, as heartbreaking as it is. Are you okay?
Got my back.
Oh dear. Being shown a photo by the team. What is that?
We're holding hands.
Oh, you're holding hands to get you through the mud. Oh, is that stability to get you through the mud? The team, I think, are absolutely losing their mind. I do have to apologise.
Just lay my coat down there.
I'm so confused. How can we join a SABS team? Well, here we are.
Go on the Hunt Saboteur Association website and there'll be a link on there for finding your local groups, put your postcode in and whatnot, and there'll be an active group somewhere in your area. I think it's about 63, 64 active groups, so there's bound to be one somewhere for you.
Yeah.
Get in contact with them, have a meet up, cup of tea, pint, whatever. They'll get to meet you and get yourself out there.
Because you've just joined, haven't you? That's your first season.
Yeah, it is.
So what was your process like when you came into hunt sabbing?
So I'd wanted to get involved in hunt sabbing for quite some time, and I just got involved with Northants by attending demos. So I attended demos throughout the summer, peaceful outside, fun rides, that sort of thing, anything that's used to promote money for the Cottesmore. And then I went out, I think on my first sab for the cupping season, and just from then, because I work in the week, I come out any Saturday that I possibly can. And yeah, Northants are just they're a wonderful team of people and just get on really well. And we've all got such a common goal. So yeah, it's been great. I mean, it's hard, it's bittersweet, isn't it? Because you say it's great, but it's great for all the wrong reasons. I feel like I'm making a really good difference. Yeah.
Doing something, which is
absolutely
great.
Yeah, totally. And I fully encourage anybody just to, if you're interested, you can make a difference. You can absolutely, if you want to become a SAB.
Hound speaking. They're over to the left.
I've just seen the top of the hedgerow.
Okay.
Yeah, you see that? You see behind this ash tree with a load of ivy in it? Straight behind there.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you see that? Yeah, that tall tree. Just seen them on the hedgerow
Okay.
there.
Sounds like it's going towards Flint's cover, which is up there. Okay, flinch
Okay.
cover, copy that.
You can hear them. Inns have had some visuals. Which hedgerow, Indy?
So you see this ash tree with all the
Yes.
ivy in it, and then you see where there's the lone pine
Oh,
in the
yeah,
distance
yeah.
in the hedgerow.
In front of that,
Hedgerow, that's
okay.
where they were.
Yeah, quite distant, but you can still hear the hounds quite a lot. Most vocal that we've had the hounds so far. Hopefully they haven't got on the scent of
Yeah.
anything. No.
You do get these kind of quiet periods where you just have to listen, rely on.
Just cross between the two.
The green field?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
really?
that
Okay.
green field. Just seen one go across there,
Okay.
going left.
It's moving left
other
across
Sabs
the
have
fields
got
now. So one of the Sabs team is on them.
Away at the minute.
Yeah, you see those two
Okay,
oak
copy
trees
that.
there, but it was on this closer edge, but in
Oh,
that green
really?
field going left. Yeah,
Okay.
just one dog.
Yeah, so one dog's running around without the pack, without many people.
Sounds like he's going about 4 or 5 fields away from us. You see, like, there's just such a big bit of land here. And there's probably like 10 fields from that end to the other, so it's quite difficult. But yeah, hounds certainly speaking. Still hear them now. Yeah.
The hare running around. Nice to see.
Have we got drone?
Is that a hare?
Is that a hare?
That's a
Is that?
fox.
Where am I looking?
There.
I mean, it's just right in front of us here.
Yeah, fox.
Fox. We've got a fox.
Be quiet then.
Shh. Oh, look at that.
It's very tired.
Oh,
That's
poor.
been hunted for a little while.
You think that's been hunted?
Yeah, it's mouth open with his tongue out, moving very slowly.
Oh gosh.
Something's
Okay.
Okay, well, we're going to move in. So. Come on then.
Okay.
Feel free to stay all- Well,
I'm gonna go in. Quite frankly, if there's a fox. Yeah. So this poor animal, which we're seeing running, is running quite slowly, tongue out, panting a lot. It's likely that this is the animal that the hounds were just speaking about. So if the hounds got on its scent, poor thing. This is the impact that these people are having. Yeah. Just gone through the hedge. Some of the Sabs team are going to go and check. So when there is a fox in pursuit or a situation like this, Sabs will go to make sure that that animal is safe, because going onto land like that is a civil thing, whereas of course actually fox hunting and getting evidence is an illegal offence, which is much more severe and more important, and obviously the welfare of the animal is always of top importance. So they're going to go and make sure that the animal is okay and divert any hounds if they're still on that scent. But that was moving really slowly. Initially, it looked like, hair in the light. It was really far away, but it was moving so slowly. Normally when you see a fox in this country, unless it's like trotting and having a little walk, they are much faster than that, and it's just disappeared through the gap. So just to give you a bit of a recap of what's just gone on, is we're following the Cottesmore Hunt, one of the most notorious and oldest hunts anywhere in the UK. And they nearly tricked us, I don't know, about 45 minutes ago by pretending to pack up. They took the red coats off, they demounted the horses. They even had the horse cars moving out as if they were stopping, and they just wanted to get rid of us and throw the Sabs off their scent. Good thing we waited around, and we were going to go for a photo by the entrance to the kennel, because that's when we saw them, and they were back on their horses, back on their red coats, and they galloped off as fast as they could when they'd realised that we had seen them and they hadn't gotten away with their little trick, their little deviant trick. So we came to this area because we knew this is the part of the woods they were hunting in, and been stood here a little while. The hounds have been speaking, so not in full cry, so they're not super excitable on a very strong scent, but they're talking about something. They've got a scent of something. There's something interesting going on. And as we're sat here, I just saw a little speck moving. Thought it could be a hare in the light, but as it kind of walked kind of slightly closer to us, you could clearly see that it was panting, the tongue was out, it was moving quite slowly. Chances are that fox, was in pursuit. and it's gone the opposite direction for the time being, and I hope it finds somewhere safe in that hedgerow to nestle down away from the keen scent of the hounds. And it's not the hound's fault. There's a lone hound. Okay, so this is a good thing about having the sabs that go in, because they're able to call the hounds off occasionally. So a lot of the time the hunt will have these horns and these specific whistles to try and control the pack as best they possibly can. Doesn't often work in the ways that they want it to. But of course the sabs spend so much time out with them that they've learnt those calls and have sometimes horns themselves, so they can redirect the hounds if they are on a scent. So just keep an eye. Haven't seen a little fluffy friend again. Oh, but it shows you how close they get. They got so close. They're the hounds. That's where the fox came from, so they are on the scent. Let's move up here, up the field a bit. We'll go in. We can try and call them off. Fox is definitely in pursuit. That poor fox. Oh God, they're close. Honestly, it's like the pit of my stomach right now. So we're going to keep narrating what's going on. If we can hear that, we can try and call the hounds off. So the sabs are calling the hound. And that's just a lone hound on its own. I know there were potentially a couple of others. But that animal's just been completely left to roam the countryside on its own. Poor thing. It's not its fault. What they're doing is they're trying to call it off, kind of trying to get it off the trail, off the scent. Oh! Oh. We just saw a fox literally run from where that hound has come out across the field, and they're doing the call to try and get the hound to get him off the scent. This is illegal. This is illegal. This is how you're watching this happen. This is illegal. This hound, which has completely been left on its own by the hunt masters and the Cottesmore Hunt. They've left this dog. They've trained it to chase foxes. It's not its fault, and it's illegally in pursuit of a fox. It's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. This is illegal fox hunting in 2026. Like, that lone dog is on its own. That poor fox, panting, tired, running off slowly. In what world is that okay? Like, it's gone right where that fox is. God, you just hope. Just hope that fox got away. I'm going to walk up here a bit. It's just genuinely, it's absolutely heartbreaking. So the horn is going, so the hunt master is potentially calling the hound back or trying to get them regrouped to come together. See what's happening. Yeah, we're going to go. We found a gate with the public footpath sign on it, actually. So we're going to go through that. We'll be able to get a bit closer. I think that's the closest I've seen it come out on one of these hunts. Poor fox. Right. Go through public footpaths. hear the barking. So we're running at the moment because we've just seen a low hound in pursuit of a fox. Saw the fox tired, panting. Oh, we've got to do everything we can to get that hound off that scent. There's not many things that will make me run, but this will. Exactly where the hound went.
That way?
Yep. Through the field into this.
Well, we don't know which way it went.
We don't know, yeah. Okay. We didn't see it the other side.
Sorry, Sabs, he's knocking around about 4 close. He's in 4 close cover, yeah. So that's.
But they're calling from all the way over there. There's the hound.
Okay.
It's good, we've got visuals on the dog, so. Which is so far away, isn't it, from...
Yeah, I mean, thankfully the full pack is up there, so it's kind of yeah, oh yeah, it's been chased up to that point. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Probably a good 20 minutes or so. It looked pretty knackered, didn't it?
It did look knackered, it looked exhausted.
Did you get a good footage of that? Yeah.
I mean, the drive that these hounds have is kind of crazy, isn't it? Because that's a tired hound as well, but it's going to go and go.
Yeah, I mean...
nose to the ground.
They'll just go for miles and miles, you know.
Pure muscle.
Get all back. Get all back. Get all back. Heads up. Get all back. Get all back.
Quite interested in this bit, isn't it?
Get all back. Get all back. Get all back.
So if you're hearing that sound, that's a horsewhip, not being used on any animal, don't you worry, but just the sound that the hound is used to for direction, just going on the ground. He's completely lost. He's completely biased. It's got to be. How far away do you think the main pack is right now?
Pack are up there. So
what's the distance?
Well, it's three big fields away, probably 1,000 metres. I don't know.
Yeah, like this dog is completely on its own.
What's that? Three-quarters of a mile, something like that. Yeah.
It's terrible.
Yeah. He's going back now, but yeah, I mean, he started speaking up this end, didn't he? That hound, but then he's kind of lost it over here. That's why you can see his nose down.
I think we didn't see it go this direction, so I think it's gone into the thick vegetation somewhere.
Yeah, but this is a classic example of these hounds just being left left to just run around on their own and do whatever they want, you know. So, I mean, there's a road just over there. There's a 50-mile-an-hour Burley road just over there. You can see the car up there. Car up there now. So. It was only actually over there that we filmed them on the drone chasing a deer, and the deer ran across the main road and into a massive wood over there. That's currently with the police at the moment. Hound's going back.
Disgusting.
Yeah, he's going back.
Yeah, he's got his head up. Yeah. If they've got their nose to the ground, it means they're quite on the scent and being quite silent as well, so not vocalising back to the pack that he's on anything.
No, yeah, he's just going back. He's maybe heard the horn, or maybe just going back over the old ground that he's been on. But
that's horrible.
The thing is, as well, that's just one hound. If you imagine a pack of them chasing or following a scent, and that fox that you saw that had obviously been chased and was absolutely knackered, just the terror.
It's just flushed a couple birds as well.
Yeah, it's just the terror that they must feel being pursued, and you see. Hares, deer, birds, sheep, everything. It's shocking, and sometimes could be a way for us to track where they are in terms of how other animals, like herd animals like sheep, respond to them when they're in the vicinity.
Of course.
You know, seeing those of movement around, you know, hares, deers, all that kind of stuff.
Stressful.
Yeah, we rely on that sometimes just to keep an eye on sort of where we think they might be heading.
Let's get a refresh on what's happened. People are saying, why are we back?
Just a refresh. So, hello, why are we back? It's a very good question. We're back because the Cottesmore decided to play a little trick on us that failed. Because what they decided to do was go into the kennel, which is where the hounds are kept, and they pretended to get off their horses, take their coats off, have a little cup of tea. They were walking around. Even they had the horse cars go out the vicinity. So they really all left. Even the hunt supporters came in. They did everything as if they were leaving. And they tried this from time to time, but they did it at such an unusual level of detail that, you know, the Sabs and us thought maybe they really have packed up at 1:30. It's unheard of for the Cottesmore, and it was unheard of because when we went to get a quick photograph outside the kennel, we found them on their horses with the red coats, looking startled that we'd seen them, and they galloped off as if we wouldn't see them riding on big mammals in red coats in the countryside, as if they think they can be camouflaged in those costumes that they wear. Anyway, so we've come out to this field because they've come into a set of woods, and just seen something utterly heartbreaking across the field. A little golden figure, and it started trotting around quite slowly. This poor little fox, breathing heavily. We'd heard the hounds had been speaking, and this fox had clearly been chased. It was exhausted. It was moving slowly. It was, you know, heartbreaking to see. It kind of ran across the field from one hedgerow and disappeared off into another. And that's when a hound came around a corner, a lone hound, which has got to be at least, I don't know, a third of a mile away from the rest of the pack. You know, it was hot on its tail a little bit, hot on the scent of it. It seems to have lost it. The hound's gone back. But there's, you know, a 50-mile-an-hour road over there, road down this direction. You know, it's not safety for the dog. And that poor fox, you just hope that it kind of went off in a direction we'd ideally not go in, but it's in some thick vegetation, hopefully, if it's in what's right in front of us. So hopefully it's safe. But that was pretty awful to watch a hound so close to it, if you know what I mean. It was pretty, very sad. But you can hear the horn going off. It feels like the horn's getting further away.
Well, it's just here, the trees just over this hedge here, Brickkiln cover.
Yeah.
So there's a team of Sabs one side, another team of Sabs the other, so they're right with him. So although it may feel like we're standing here looking at a few fields, there's actually Sabs over there with him. So that can be the case as well. When you've got a few teams out, you know, we might be positioned down here like we are now. He may come down here, so we're in position.
But also, you know, we wouldn't have seen that fox, and we wouldn't be aware of what wildlife he had displaced, or, you know, that there had been a chase in the first place if we weren't here. Yeah,
and then also continuing to do the same hunt all the time as well. Like, we'll remember that now, so we may come in here in the future and think, well, foxes ran in this direction before, so, you know,
they might do it again.
Exactly, but they often do run in very similar sort of areas, you know, and take the same lines and routes. So that's really handy to be able to intercept and, you know, stop the hounds if they come on.
Predict the movement.
Yeah. Oh, huntsman's come out the gates. Which gates are?
You see over this way?
He's just said on the radio.
Ah.
Okay, is he moving anywhere up to the main road or not? Are you still inland? We can hear him blowing.
I can hear him calling as well, actually.
Oh, radios. And he's heading up near Glebe Farm, that's the main road. Okay, copy. Let's just double check that.
Double check where they're going.
He's on the road.
He's on the road.
You can hear his voice.
Yeah, I think we need to keep moving on.
Keep moving
back
on.
The footpath up here.
Okay.
So that's a 50-mile-an-hour road he's going to be on now.
He's going to cross with all those dogs on a 50-mile-an-hour road.
Yeah.
Oh, that's horrible.
Right, guys, we're going to come out and get back up onto the road. Can you try and...
Right, we'll get back to the vehicle. But I'd like to think that little fox made it to some sort of safety. It's going to take a while to calm down. But the thing is, how many times, right, does that animal get chased? If that's its territory, if that's where, you know, its mate is and they're breeding at the moment, you know, I know it's the end of the season soon, but how many times has that fox come across this hunt? That's what I'd like to know. How many narrow escapes is that little, beautiful, fluffy, red bullet of joy come across that hunt? I mean, if they're going into the same areas, which they do, they're creatures of habit, they hunt, you know, the same sort of spaces, like, it's terrifying that is just part of this animal's life. And one day it might not be so lucky, or it won't be so lucky. It's just disgusting way to kill an animal. Anyone who gets a thrill from it, well, I suggest they need a bit of help. You get a thrill from tearing apart an animal. Right. Okay, thank you.
Probably about 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Heading for that yellow mark and bend up over to the right there.
Okay. Just a quick check-in on Barry's shoes. Everybody, quick. Oh look at that. Yep. One day you're going to come in walking boots. But they're in the car. Doesn't count.
He is on the lane, but he's not.
Right. Okay, trying to get up now because the hunt have moved onto the main road, crossing a main road. So we are going to get in the car, get in the vehicle, and keep following them. Pardon?
Does he know exactly where we're coming out?
Let me check where he is.
Just checking, making sure vehicles are in the right place. It's a bit of a logistical planning situation when you're sabbing.
Is it still the same lane, yeah? Langham Lane?
Yeah, so up the top end, there's a little footpath, you might see it on his map.
Hey mate, we're literally just 5 minutes away, we're coming out. Top end of Langham Lane, near a can you see my live location still? I think I did. Yeah, have a look. I'll share it if not.
Just before the set of houses on your left.
You've got it. Okay, I'll do it now. I'll do it.
Oh dear. Right, well, thank you so much for sticking with us. And if you've just joined, we're following the Cottesmore Hunt. We've just chased a fox. Poor little thing, out of breath, exhausted. One hound was following, quite far away from the main pack and the hunt itself. And if you are as outraged that this goes on in 2026 as I am, please write to your MP. That's our main ask for today. We need the government saying it wants to do a consultation on tightening this ban of fox hunting. You know, I think the evidence is clear. We need more than a consultation, but if that's the process we've got to go through, we need to get it done quickly. So please, you know, write to your MP, make your voice heard. It's the most important tool you've got. And support organisations like the Hunt Sabs that we're out with today, Northlands Hunt Sabs, as well as Protect the Wild, League Against Cruel Sports, all doing good things together. Make sure we see an end to this. We thought we did see an end of it in 2004. But here we are, 22 years later, still out and about. And one of the hunt subs I spoke to before, he's been doing this for 45 years. Imagine for like 20 years you're doing it whilst it's legal, which is so brave and a wonderful thing to do. And then the ban comes in and you feel like you can have a celebration, like you've worked towards something and you've broken through a barrier, only for this to continue again. You can feel the disappointment, can't you? 45 years and that, yeah. But he's still out here doing it. Have we got any questions? Go on, Inns.
What would happen if you approached the hound? Would it attack you?
What would happen if you approached the hound? Would it attack you? I've had many a cuddle with a hound. They're really nice dogs. They are not going to attack you, anything like that. But once they're on the drive for the scent, they're very much head to the ground and focused on that. But they're not aggressive towards people at all. They're just bred and encouraged for the hunt. And, they don't get very distracted once they're on a scent. But otherwise, they're lovely dogs. And they're the victims in this too. There's evidence that they get shot in the head all the time when they get too old. Or they're young and they're not good enough. They simply get shot in the head if they're not working to purpose. There's also been footage shown that once one is shot in the head, cut it up and feed it to the rest of the hounds, throw it right back in. These poor dogs, it's not their fault. And there have been cases of good rehabilitation where, ex-foxhounds have become pets for people. Of course, they've got a strong prey drive and, like most dogs, you need to keep them on the lead in sensitive areas. I would probably suggest keeping an ex-foxhound on a lead more often than not outside. But, it can happen. But one of the arguments against tightening the ban from the hunting lobby is them saying that, well, if that goes ahead, we'll have to kill all of our dogs. Well, first of all, they do that anyway, by shooting them in the head really unethically. And also, what about just not killing your dogs? That is an option. Anyway, no, we love the hounds. They're beautiful dogs. They are the victims in this as well. Just as much as the foxes, just as much as the horses, the hare, the deer, everything else. The only people at fault here are the people riding on top of horse back. Oh, look at these red kites soaring like that's lovely. And a kestrel as well. Oh, dear.
Yeah, they've crossed the road.
They've crossed.
They're going into a massive wood called Burley Wood. So
Okay.
It's another hiding tactic now to try and get away from us all.
Right. Burley Wood's quite inaccessible. Okay. Well, we'll do our best. We'll get as close as we can.
Yeah.
Just having the pressure of being here is worth it.
Again, I'll send you the picture of the fox. And you ask them
Yes.
why there was an exhausted.
Yeah.
I'll send you it.
Yeah. Sounds good.
It's on the channel. They clipped it. Right.
Okay.
Hello.
Enjoy your walk.
No, I don't know.
Pretty good.
Copy that. He's heading into the north side of Burley Wood, you say, yeah?
Can I sit closer to the camera?
Hey?
Can I sit close to the camera angle?
Go up there.
No, I can. What do you want?
It's easier for me.
Okay. I thought you'd want us together.
Yeah, no, I meant both of you, sorry.
Oh, right.
Oh, yes.
There you go.
Thingy-majig.
Oh. There we go. They're rejigging around.
North side of Burley Wood, so... Are you on the phone? No, I'm on. Alright, go up and go left and then go right at the water tower. Yeah, she'll see it on the maps there, the OS maps.
God.
So yeah, I think it's quite a big wood this, so... owned by an ex-master of the Cottesmore, an ex-master of the Quorn.
Right, okay, so...
Hanbury. He wants to turn it into a... he wants to put bears or something in here. He wants to do something.
He wants to do what?
Yeah, he wants to turn it into some mad...
What?
Rewilding type scheme thing, yeah.
What's with bears in it?
Yeah. It's bonkers.
We have to do a bit of research
Yeah,
around
do
that.
research it, you'll find out, yeah.
That's a bit mad.
Yeah, it's quite a big, expansive wood, so
Right.
he's going to go hiding in here.
What, he wants to go and put big fence around it, does he?
Oh, yeah, and then, put bears and whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
Madness, but...
Well, that does not work as a conservation strategy.
No.
Just, drop that. Little nugget of information does not work. No point doing that.
Bonkers, isn't it? He's not...
Well, it's just probably said that they can hunt more.
Yeah, well, probably turn on to hunting them then, wouldn't they? Find a pole and hunt them.
Exactly.
So we'll go right at the end there, Nav. Please. So this is where he was.
He was in this
when
bit of
we
wood.
were looking from over there, yeah. So it was these woods. So that fox has obviously left from here and gone down that way. Thankfully, the whole pack of hounds didn't come down. So.
Yeah, that's lucky, because if that whole pack had come down, that would have been... That was a near miss, was it?
Because it looked knackered, didn't it, that fox? Yeah. So it wouldn't have had much more running it, not with a full pack on it.
I find it's really weird for me, because whenever I see a fox I get so excited. I'm like, it's one of my favourite things. Not like that, but and it's like, oh my gosh, this is an animal which has been in pursuit. Like, I don't want to see a fox in this scenario. Like, I'd rather, not have seen.
Yeah.
Because I'd rather that not have happened.
Yeah, I mean, you get used to seeing that. To be honest, you see that most meets. Well, he's gone in on the right there, so the north side. So let's just have a look a minute. Yeah, what we got for access, so not a great deal. But the Viking Way's the main road at the bottom. Potentially at some point, yeah. You might still see him on the right though, but okay, all subs on channel.
Should be on. Sorry, my finger's moving very slowly.
To the north.
Okay.
Yeah, I can do. Yeah.
Is it ask for a code?
Yeah.
There's the subs.
Just no go. I've just cancelled it.
Well, you should have told me what it was.
Oh no, I didn't.
This is into the code.
Get-
Big iPhone show.
There's subs on the
Got you.
toilet anyway.
Sorry, we're just sorting out a few things.
Yeah, we're just pulling up on the north side of that.
My hand is
yeah, nice one, well done. Just let us know where you think we should go. We'll probably end up down on the south, won't we?
Well, I've sent it anyway.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I've got it. I've got the fox.
Going through there now.
Oh, that poor thing. Oh yeah,
So,
red coat's in there.
Yeah, they're just going through there. They're being followed by subs as usual. So that's hunt supporters going in, on foot. So they're not satisfied with sitting in the cars now. They want to get even closer.
So these are the hunt supporters are in there?
Yeah, they do sometimes actually get off the roads and stuff and go and follow on foot.
Yeah, I did.
Which is 3 of them just gone in there.
Right, okay. What is the point of doing that? Well, get closer
Just
to the
increases
action.
their chances of seeing a bit of blood, doesn't it?
I think I understand that, like to be a hunt supporter and just drive around with your car, you don't get a good view most of the time. I mean, I guess that's why they're going on foot.
Yeah.
But I don't understand. Oh, I'm going to spend my Saturday driving around after a hunt. Just I don't understand the hunt, but I didn't.
Yeah, of course.
What is that? What? Why would you just do that in your car and?
I don't know what's wrong with them all. I mean, we obviously go around following the hunt, but we've got a purpose, and that's to stop them. I mean, they go around wanting to see foxes chased, and then pointing out the foxes, waving a cap or something, to where the fox has gone, and that sort of behaviour. But yeah, I mean, for some reason they sort of find some sort of enjoyment out of all of this. But you can see it's not just 1 or 2 people. There's quite a few people partake in this.
Probably more supporters than there are riders at the moment.
Yeah, there is here. Yeah,
and definitely more sabs.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, meats. They from hunt to hunt vary on size and level, don't they? So.
Is that a sab team up there at the top? So we've got some of the sab group.
See what she's got.
Let's see what's going on.
Okay, yeah, whatever. Yeah, I mean, as you can see, it's a bit.
Shut up the road. See what's going on.
They're just absolute nutters. A lot of them, they just find enjoyment out of animals being chased and killed. It's mental.
Yeah.
It's like something out of a horror film.
It is scary, isn't it? Like it's you just get, I suppose, so numb to that, you know.
Oh, we
you've
do.
seen
Yeah, I mean, they're just scumbags, aren't they? So there's you know, they are what they are, and.
But seeing that sort of
very little
violence
change
time
in
and
it.
time again, like I mean, with the amount of abuse that Chris and myself get, I mean, I
Yeah.
do find myself, you get a bit numb to it. It's like, okay, well, whatever. Like you just,
of course, yeah.
but then, you know, you think like, are they so far gone that they can't even, you know, there's not like a split second where they go, oh, that's not nice.
The
Do
supporters,
you know what I mean?
you mean?
Yeah, on the hunt themselves. Like, is it not like when they get
I
into
know.
bed at night? Do they not just think, oh,
yeah.
that was, you know, that might have been a nasty end for that poor ant? Like, is it not a tiny part of their brain?
They just keep turning up, don't they?
Yes, I can't understand that. Like, you know, I'd love to like know socially, just you know, how much empathy these people have for one another, and you know, for other things.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is with these lot, they're often sleeping with each other and all the rest of it. So I don't know. I don't think they care about it.
Oh, well.
Sleeping with each other's wives and all sorts of.
Oh,
going
goodness.
On. So, quite the gossip rumour goes on in the hunting world. You know.
Gossip. Yeah, where's Amir? Amir, you're missing all the tea. So I'll fill him in later.
Gossip, but nah, they don't care about each other or anything, do they? They're just you know.
Sad. It's
void of anything.
a sad kind of lifestyle, isn't it? To just, you know, to be so lacking the empathy for these animals that it doesn't cross their mind. I don't know. I just, it's so alien to me. Like I'm always told.
Yeah, same here. Yeah, that's
you
why
know.
we're sat here and they're there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah, that idiot there riding around with a red coat on, he just loves it. Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't look very good either. I mean, you know, I'm not a fashionista, but anyway, maybe it's what it represents. Oh, was that a hound at the top there? Or a rider? Rider, yeah. Yeah, that would be a very large hound, actually.
Yeah.
Eyesight. That's how bad my eyesight is. Yeah, there is, isn't there?
I don't know how many riders have dropped down to now, but can't remember. You can see on my camera there, look there. There's one red coat and 2 riders.
2 riders. There's not many people.
So 3 riders in total, yeah. No.
Do you think that's it? Is that all of them?
There could be a couple more, but I'd say that's the field master, so if there's any field riders, they should be with him, so yeah, could well be it.
So quite a few might have packed up and gone.
Yeah.
Well, it is 20 to
4
4,
o'clock or something,
22. So they've got a little while. I mean, what? They normally wrap up around 5ish?
Yeah, I mean, we've had them go on till like 5:45 this season, a couple of times, but not normally on a Saturday, normally 4:30.
Want to get to the pub?
Yeah. But what, us or them?
Both. I mean, but we'll go until they give up. So
Yeah,
you know.
yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, normally about 4:30.
I've spied something that the team have got.
They've got crisps, haven't
No, they haven't just got crisps. They've got lentil chips. I haven't even had breakfast yet.
they? Lovely.
Would you like some lentil
Oh, I'll have
chips?
a crisp.
Go on.
Cheers.
Help yourself. We fuel ourselves on these things. We've got a big thing about lentil chips.
Go on, mate.
I'm going to remove the microphone so you don't hear me crunch.
Rush pit wood. Oh, yeah. Maybe pull up down there by Rush Pit Wood. Yeah, I think we should move
Okay,
down, guys.
we're on the
Yeah.
move again.
No, it's everything's...
Have they split up then? So the riders that we saw there.
Yeah, hounds will be well on, so it sounds like
So the
if
Marston
we're
rope
up,
is-
where are we? We're up here.
Yeah.
Well, we're there, but that's where we just seen them going in.
Okay.
Sounds like the hounds are down here, and you'll see that is then Rutland Water.
Rutland. Oh well, I know
Yeah,
Rutland Water
so-
pretty well.
Yeah.
I've seen
Well,
a good
they've
few
got
ospreys
Hang on, 2 secs. Is it?
coming into the air.
Yeah, so he's here.
Okay.
Okay, copy that. So he's the back of the falconry centre then, yeah?
Right, off we go. Oh dear.
Okay, copy. We'll go on the main road by Barnsdale Hotel or whatever, sit around there, and see what we can see. Did you hear, Sab, yeah?
So we're just going to go to Barnes, so we're going straight up here and then go right up down to
Yeah, on the main road, please. Basically where it says Rush Pit Wood or Barnsdale Hotel. See if we can pull up there safely. But it sounds like he's heading down there. But as you know, it'll make his way all around this wood, won't it? It's quite a big wood. This
it is big, isn't it?
Yeah, there's lots of tracks and stuff, but it's not publicly accessible. But.
Right. Okay. Well, we just keep around there to see what we can see as we go.
Another indication, right? I'm not saying that he only hunts areas where there's footpaths. Of course he doesn't. But we've seen areas today where there's been footpaths even back then, and now he's decided, well, I'll go somewhere where that camera can't, or whatever. Yeah.
So, we'll always abide by the law, unlike them. So if there's a fox in pursuit, I mean, I understand that's a different situation where the sabs where you guys go in. Yeah. But it's
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
If there's an illegal act taking place, and it's kind of warranted in that way.
Of course, it is. You're upholding the law. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the thing.
When Ass gets the footage. Just.
Someone say they rescued a hound and said it was a very lovely dog, so they liked open spaces to run.
Can I read it?
Yeah, of course they are.
Is that right? Yeah. Okay, so we just had a comment from somebody who said, I had a mate who had a rescued hound. He was such a lovely dog. They do like wide open spaces to run. Just have to train it to come back with a whistle. Yeah,
well, there you go. So why do they all have to just shoot them in the head? Why can't they? There is a possibility for rehoming, then, isn't there?
I absolutely fundamentally agree.
And there's the big argument that we're hearing now from the BHSA and the Countryside Alliance and the hunting governing bodies is that, our hounds, they're all going to be killed. What about them? Well, as we established earlier, they kill them themselves, and also there is an opportunity for a certain amount of rehoming to go on. But they need to stop breeding them as well.
Yeah, if there's no need for it, it's okay to stop breeding them, phase it out, and rehome to suitable owners that know how to manage.
Or at least try to. I mean, I'm not saying they'll be able to rehome all of them, because there's a massive issue on that front across the country with.
Stop breeding them.
But exactly, stop breeding them for a start. That's the main point, and then it just goes to show that some of them can be rehomed for sure. I mean, I've known it myself that ex-fox hounds and stuff that have been rehomed.
I'd take 10.
Yeah,
I would.
Yeah.
I think they're lovely dogs, also a great way of education. Yeah, Rutland Water, very famous there. If you go to Global Bird Fair, you know exactly where we are. We're right, Rutland Water now. Ospreys are going to be back soon. That's going to be exciting, isn't it? It will give it end of March, kind of April time. The Ospreys are going to be taking nest again on the water. That'll be exciting.
Somewhere around here, I suppose, if you can find somewhere to pull up.
A few swan. What have we got?
Possible.
Little birding interlude. Lovely.
Yeah, you got that beautiful sight over there, and then over this side of the road you've got a bunch of mugs on red coats on, trying to kill wildlife.
It's ridiculous.
He's heading towards Viking Way. Okay, copy that. We've just pulled up just north of the 87 on the main road, so just south of 8 Riding Tree. So
how's it looking?
Yeah,
they're coming this way.
Here, I think.
Gonna hop out.
Yeah, it sounds like they're in there and they're coming somewhere around here.
Right.
At the moment, but they can, as you've seen, they can change direction like that,
They can. Yeah, they move quite fast.
Yeah.
They know where they're going. Right. Ooh. Okay.
You might not be able to hear too much because of the main road, but.
Yeah, so we've got main road right next to us, but we're just listening out for any sort of activity, whether the hounds... Oh, we've got a fox. We've got a fox. Yes, he's just gone left. We've got a fox. Oh, no. Yeah, you guys go. Of course, the moment that there is a potential fox, SABs will go into action because there is potential for illegal activity. We want to...
just ran. You see where that building was? It just went in, just came up that bank.
It's quite dark, wasn't it? It was a dark fox. beautiful colour, but again, you do not want to see them in these circumstances. It's just... Indy, this is your second one. How are you feeling it?
It's... do you know what I find mad? It's...
Oh,
you hear them there. Did he say follow?
No, they're in cry. Leave it. Are those hounds close?
He said something to us.
If those hounds are there, I'm going to run in. We're going to go. Let's go.
Why are we running?
So we're running because we've just seen a fox start in, and I can hear all the hounds now. We've got to be quite quick. Honestly, it's terrifying when you hear them in cry. There they are. There are the hounds. Right. Leave it! Leave it! Leave it! Leave it! Leave it!
Take it on that line. Get back!
Leave it!
He's hunting them on.
He's hunting.
Get back!
Leave it! Got the spray. So that's a horn.
He's encouraging the hounds.
Leave it! Oh.
That wasn't the full pack,
Tonya.
but a good majority of them.
Don't go through there, sweetie. Don't go through the barbed wire. Don't do that.
Get back! Get back!
Leave it!
Get back! Go on back! Go on back!
Leave it!
Go on back! Go on back! Go on back!
So spraying citronella spray to try and get them off the scent. Yeah, literally here. Literally that animal, the fox.
Is that a trail?
Exactly.
Did a trail go through here? Did someone at some point this morning run through all this bramble to lay a trail? Of course they bloody didn't.
That's where the hounds have gone. Let's show the camera the exact line that the hounds took. Which is through this, look. Through under this fence.
They went straight under there. It's exactly where the fox went. They get them in, you know, dog's nose is so powerful. Can scent things underwater. Like their incredible sense of smell. Something to be marvelled. But in this situation, they can follow like centimetres of that fox. God. They were close to it. No, you're fine.
Well, there's a couple of minutes there, so it's got some space, but they're on it. The point is they're on it. And he's encouraging them with encouraging horn calls. He's not shouting leave it, he's not cracking whips. He's actually blowing his horn to encourage them.
What more evidence do you need that fox hunting? We've got a rider.
That isn't enough evidence, and that's the problem.
That,
It's not enough evidence. to get a conviction, and that's the problem.
What way? Is that not enough evidence?
It's garbage.
Literally, I've seen 2 foxes being chased today within like seconds. Hounds coming by, the hounds around there.
Yeah.
Like, it's just disgusting.
This is why we need the government to pull the socks up and do something, because getting the evidence is very, very difficult. Got the whipper in here now. Funny he's appeared, isn't it?
Let's walk over there, shall we? He's going to run away. This is a whipper.
Max Logan! Hound's caught chasing a fox again! Not bothered, are ya? No, look, he goes like that, yeah.
All on a live camera. All of the evidence of your hounds chasing foxes on a live camera.
Run away, like the little coward you are. Go on, coward. Hey, good little coward, aren't ya?
All on a live camera chasing a fox. Chasing a fox. Hi, sweetie. Careful.
Where did that just come from? Dirty lot, they're not here.
It's absolutely disgusting.
Full pack within the huntsman, yeah?
Full packs together now, we think.
A certain portion of them anyway out there. All Savs on channel. Huntsman's heading directly into the middle of 8 riding tree, where the tracks all converge together. You can see that, how he runs away when the cameras come on.
Yeah. Would he not normally do that?
He didn't shut the gate properly.
If the camera wasn't here, would he even go?
He'd have come out here nice and steady. He's got, shut the gate nicely and gone on his time. But he had pressure on him, didn't he?
Well, we just caught them.
Down, calling him out for what's just happened.
Literally, you can't get more evidence than that. In what world is that allowed to continue?
Well, I'm afraid to say,
so
that's the point. There's nowhere near enough evidence for a conviction. But we've seen it. We know what's happened.
What we've just seen, if you've just missed, we've seen our second fox of the day being chased within a minute or 2 of the hounds right on its tail. We saw the fox running in. The Savs, you guys went in. We quickly followed when we realised how quick the hounds were going to be. Surrounded by hounds, trying to get them off the scent. Salmonella spray to try and distract them with anything but the actual fox. The riders have run in, off they go, and we can't enter this wood because it's private property. But we know there is evidence, so much evidence, that today they have been in pursuit of foxes.
Absolutely, yeah.
It's undisputable, it's disgusting, it's entitled, and it's just heartbreaking. For the dogs, for the hounds, for the foxes and everything else.
That huntsman had every opportunity to call those hounds off, and this just shows why everybody, no matter whether you're wanting to get out in the field, whether you've got the ability to write an email, you have to canvass your MP, get out on the streets. If you want to join a SAB group, if you can move, if you're fit, if you're not fit, whatever, we need, anything.
I haven't run in a long time.
No, I keep falling over today,
I go to the gym quite a lot, but I avoid the running machine. But this is just like, I don't know, you when you see this happening, it's all you can do. Is it like you go into autopilot?
Yeah, absolutely.
You do what you can to get that fox to safety.
And there's, we've got incredibly experienced SABs with us. We've got newer SABs like myself. But there's only so much we can do.
Yeah.
If
you can, please donate to the Hunt Sabs. I mean, it's worth saying that the Hunt Sabs are all volunteers. You're not paid.
Oh God, no.
You are not paid.
I pay for, I drive over an hour to get here. Yeah. We use our own fuel, on our days off. Yeah. We're here.
You're giving up your own time, not being paid whatsoever. So anything you can give, whether it's just a couple pounds, it helps stop this. It really does. It helps with more feet on the ground. It helps with petrol. It helps with cars. It helps in order to maintain kits. So sometimes the SABs are wearing cameras. That is for their own protection and, of course, to gather evidence. It helps with those. It helps with everything you see, the salmonella spray, the bottles, all of the details to stop these hunts getting foxes. every pound counts. If you can donate even just a small amount, I can promise you it will go a long way for the Northants SAB group. Please do.
All goes towards the group and equipment, keeping ourselves safe, keeping the wildlife safe, keeping our vehicles in check, everything. You know, some of us are out 4 times a week. You know, we SAB the Cottesmore every opportunity we can, and that costs money. You know, and like any voluntary group, you know, we do what we can to kind of canvass for donations.
Yeah. It's all important, and it really does matter. So if you want to, a couple of last hounds that are left behind sniffing around, but you know, if you want to volunteer and become a hunt SAB, that's a great thing to do. Donate if you can to Northants Hunt SABs, Hunt SAB Association. Support League Against Cruel Sport to protect the wild, all doing good things. And it's so important that these organisations work together collaboratively. It's so needed, because as a collective voice we're much stronger, and we always have to put our differences aside and just get on with it. For the sake of that fox that's just been running for its life, that's all that matters. That really is it. So do what you can. Message your local MP, please do it. It takes 5 seconds, and it genuinely can really make a difference. Your voice matters. And all you've got to do is be bold enough to speak up and do something different tomorrow than you did yesterday. You know, and that goes for all environmental matters, but standing up for this issue, there is not a more critical time to be doing it. So please help. It's a lot. It's a lot. Okay, let's go. Keep up to date. Right. How are the shoes, Barry?
Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful.
Are you sure?
Yep.
All right.
How are your shoes?
Very comfortable and dry.
I'm also. I have dry.
You have dry feet. All right.
Don't want to speak too soon, but.
You've got to caveat the seriousness with some jokes about Barry's shoes. Just
for the banter.
Here for the banter. Yeah.
Funny Scottish man.
Oh God. That's mad. That was so close. That was so close.
Well, that one had the whole lot after it.
That was the whole pack, not just one dog. Just to be in the middle of that, like shouting, "Leave it," slapping the thigh to get them to go. Like, again, it's not the dog's fault. It's not the hound's fault.
What those directions?
So what you can say is leave it as loud as you can. That helps redirect. And you've got to remember as well that the riders, unfortunately, will be using whips. And sometimes the sound of the whip is a direction, which is why some of the SABs here have horse whips. Just hit on the ground, no animals, of course. Again, just to redirect the hounds. Sometimes they'll carry horns that the hunts have, and that can help, again, redirect them, get them off the scent. But that salmonella spray really helps. Dogs love that stuff. So that all confuses the scent trail, which is only a good thing. Right.
Fell over again! Sorry. Was it really crudely? I just
Okay.
Oh, did you? I have not fallen once in this season. Not once.
Liar.
Twice today on the camera I fall over.
So, can you tell me quickly about some of the commands that you use for the hounds? To the hounds.
From
So,
our point of
like,
view.
obviously you say leave it and you slap the leg, which is
Well, crack the
relatively-
whip.
Crack the whip,
Yeah.
I mean, I was slapping my leg just
Yeah,
to try
no, that
and,
makes
please,
sense.
clapping.
That kind of thing,
Yeah. So, but you were shouting something else as well.
Just like heads up or
Heads up.
get back to him.
Does that help? Is that what the times that they would use?
Yeah, it's all terms that they would use. If they very rarely stop hounds because they've no need to, because they, once they get on, they don't want to stop
That's
them.
what they want.
So, and even when they're on the roads, they're not bothered. So they very rarely use the old stopping techniques, but it is.
They should work.
Yeah, because they, generally speaking, the crack of a whip will sort of turn a hound's head or pick a hound's head up. Saying sort of back to him or bike. He's trying to say go back to the huntsman.
Right. Okay.
That's where we wanted. it's okay. Keep going for now. The next pull-in would be great, please. So it's just some classic examples of using their techniques in the opposite effect.
Yeah. Exactly. Use the commands that the dogs know.
Yeah.
But just to try and get them off.
But you can see it when they've really picked up on. I mean, sometimes it can have an effect, sometimes it can't. It depends what the scenting conditions are like and bits and pieces. But you always have to try, don't you? You know.
Yeah. Well, you've got to do everything you can within your power, haven't you?
I mean, getting in front of them like that, trying to get in front of them, stopping them, getting through the fence, that kind of thing. That's ideally the best thing.
Well, just if it gives that fox a few extra seconds.
Yeah. Well,
it's worth it, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Bit of extra distance.
Yeah. I'm not sure what great view we've got from here, to be honest. I mean,
no, it's quite packed in there.
What about back where that car was?
Yeah. Go back down.
Yeah, that's a pretty good spot, to be fair. I suppose you're on the...
Is that the other team?
Yeah, there's another car there.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can see when it goes in a massive wood like this, it's handy having quite a decent number, isn't it?
You need the team. You need people on the ground to.
Yeah, you do.
Cover it.
We work well with like 3 or 4 or whatever, but also if you've got more,
do what you can.
It's better than having less sometimes. So yeah. It's not always the case where the more you've got, the better you are. That's not always the case. But in a situation like this, in a massive wood, it definitely helps.
Yeah,
you spread your numbers about a bit.
Makes a difference.
It's all tactical, we're trying to get in front of him all the time, and we're trying to, out manoeuvre him really. So you've got to be tactical about things. Are we stopping or not stopping?
Yeah, okay. Just turn in. And it's worth saying, of course, that the things that we've seen twice really, and just today alone, is illegal. This is something that's been outlawed since 2004. This should not be happening today.
Wild mammals being chased, aren't they?
Wild mammals being chased with a pack of dogs and people on horses. It is illegal to do that. Yeah. They don't care. They get away with it time and time again. So we've just got to keep on getting the evidence right into our MPs and putting on the pressure as much as we can.
Holding the government to account. Yeah, that's very true. Hello?
Cinderella.
Hello?
Citronella. I make dyslexic mistakes all the time. I said salmonella. I meant citronella. I'm really sorry. I'm very dyslexic, and they sound very similar. Citronella, Santronella. So I can't even do it now. Citronella. You get what I mean? Little bit of citrus going on, not salmonella. Okay. It's the S's. The S's trip me up. I'm very sorry. Very sorry. I do this, although I switch words all the time.
So we're down at the usual spot by the gate.
If you have any questions,
do you actually go into the house and leave in the wood or not? No, okay.
Send us in your comments, your questions, everything else. I'm sorry, I'm being given messages.
On the top road, the Water Tower Road, or...
You can just say it, Fabes, rather than doing that. I have...
Okay. We'll wait on the bottom end then,
It's an inside joke about a film that Fabian and I both like. He's taking the piss. Oh dear. But yeah, thank you so much for everyone who has continued to watch all the way through. We appreciate it's a lot of time and people pick up and come and go from this, but any support, sharing, of the SABs and everything. Have you rung the police to attend?
India has.
Yeah. Well, I mean, all of this evidence goes towards, police evidence, and all the videos will be available for them.
What's the exact spot?
But yeah, I mean, I'm sure some of the teams probably have done. I'm sure, as it was an actual pursuit. Anything more, Inns?
Is there any is there a way you could play
we'll
any
go
sound
left driver,
on speakers
please.
to direct?
Okay, mate.
Sound on speakers. So the most important thing is the tone.
We're going to go around. We'll go around to the water tower then, mate. Yeah. Sound. Okay, pal. Nice one. Cheers. Mate.
So can you play sound on speaker to deter the hounds? I mean, if you have the horn and a good enough.
What's that?
Should you play sound on speaker to deter the hounds?
Who said that?
It's a comment on...
Yeah, you can do. It's called a gizmo. It's something that the SABs invented in the, I'd say, late 80s, early 90s. It's a recording device, so recording's been taken of a huntsman blowing a horn and a pack of hounds in cry, and then it's been stored on an SD card, and then you can play that out through a speaker. So if the hounds have been in cry and they then lose the scent, which is known as checking, so they're actively looking around, like the one you saw earlier, you could then play the sound of hounds in cry, so that them hounds then think, oh, they're over here. So you've got to be very careful about doing such things, because of course that means, yes, you're taking them away from the live fox and upholding the law, but you've got to be careful about where you bring them. So you don't want to do it near main roads, you don't want to do it near woods, you don't want to do it in fields that are heavily cropped and where hares might be, that sort of thing. So
unfortunately they do belong to the hunt.
Going left, oh yeah, you
can't take them away.
You're not nicking them.
No,
you know
not
what I mean?
nicking them.
But
you can't like redirect them. No, I wasn't stressing nicking them, but
I know.
you can't like you don't want to. Well, you don't want them to insinuate that's what you're doing. Is what
no, but it's a tactic that is effective and works. And if it means pulling them off the scent of a live animal that they've been chasing, then it should be done. It should always be done, because that means you're upholding the law.
Absolutely.
But I mean, there's lots of experienced sabs across the UK, and they know the score. And,
We've got another question. Go on.
To keep the dogs in the kennels, do you need a licence, and can that licence be revoked?
Keep the dogs in the kennels. Do you need a licence, and can that licence be revoked?
Ask me that.
Yeah, I am. Is that a big answer, or not sure? I'd imagine
it might be one that I'm not too aware of, actually.
Interesting.
But they have to run on. There's strict sort of laws within the governing body, in terms of keeping a clean house and that kind of thing. Yeah, the MFHA. Yeah, we're going back towards the water tower. Yeah. They've got standards, or so they say. But there's been lots of filming and stuff of huntsmen beating hounds in kennels and all sorts of horrible stuff.
Nasty,
shooting hounds in the kennels.
Yeah.
So
really bad. But yeah, I'd imagine they would need some sort of there's regulations in terms of how to keep them, but in terms of whether that could be revoked, I mean, that would be an interesting thing.
Yeah, these guys, they get around all of these things. If we had 5 dogs in our garden or something, and we were up to certain things like these lot, they'd just take the dogs off.
That'd be an RSPCA thing immediately.
Yeah, but these guys get around it because they're working dogs, and there's separate laws for working dogs.
Yeah, unfortunately. Can I get you to hold that for a second while I do my shoelace?
Yeah, no problem.
Because I realise if we run again, I'm going to be falling flat on my face in the mud.
So yeah, we need to spin it, drive. You know where we're going? Nav? We need to turn it and go towards the water tower, please. So, north of Burley Wood.
You have to know all these roads inside and out, don't you?
Oh, yeah, do this blindfolded, to be honest. But, we've done it so many times on this hunt.
Yeah.
That's another advantage of sticking to one hunt. Is that you don't go, where are we, and all that kind of thing,
It's a good thing to be staying in one place. We'll know it really well.
Yeah, that's it. The road on the Falconry Centre, yeah. More questions?
We've got more coming in?
Do they still use terriers to get the fox when they go to graze?
Do they still use terriers? Yeah, that is the case. So a lot of the time when you see a boxes on the quad bike, there'll be a terrier in there. At least one. Well, you had an incident very recently, which we spoke about a little while ago, but let's go over that again, because hearing that story was pretty devastating.
Yeah, so it was around January time. We was out sabbing the cots, and
we have the footage as well.
You've got it on now, haven't you? So about 2:00 in the afternoon, they're about to do second horses. So just next to a wood called Peaks Cover. So we went into the wood, or close to the wood, ready for them to come across. As we approached, we saw 4 males, all masked up, all in sort of green jackets and that, on 2 quad bikes. And managed to get some footage of them, and they started scarpering the area. They had shovels and mud all over the shovels and stuff, and anyway, that was 4 terrier men, and when we got to the location, there was a big hole had been dug, so they'd clearly been digging at an active set, and anyway, they came back about 10 minutes later, and there was a bit of a standoff, and then about half an hour after that, we went back to the area again, and we found their terrier walking around all over the set. This terrier had cuts to its face, cuts to its mouth, like historic scarring as well, not just fresh. There was fresh cut to the mouth, but historic scarring to the face.
Poor thing.
So it'd been used previously, and it had been used on that day.
Yeah.
So what had clearly happened is the terrier had been put into the set entrance because a fox was in there. It had a collar on it, and the terrier men had located that and dug down to where the terrier was barking in an attempt to dig out a fox.
Yeah, to dig down when you've got, your dog down there.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, they're not bothered about all that kind of thing. They just don't care, But yeah, so we arrived just in time really, because they dug a hole probably. It was about that deep, a couple of foot or something. Yeah. So it was
getting close.
So well on their way to digging in. Yeah. We just want to get a visual on the north side, please. Past the falconry, probably. So yeah, that was an incident of catching terrier men digging at an active set during a hunt meet. These guys obviously denied anything to do with it.
Oh, well, who else would it be exactly? If it's not them,
and all this kind of behaviour.
But I'm guessing you've got the
me and another lad. So it was like 4 on 2. They had shovels, so I thought, well, it's going to go down here. It could have been dangerous. It was about 4 or 5 years ago. There was a Sab from Manchester was attacked by badger baiters. He found badger baiters, digging into a set and trying to get badgers out, and they attacked him. 6 or 7 blokes. They put a shovel across his head, split his head open, and give him a right good beating. He's lucky to be alive. That's another example of blood sports enthusiasts.
No respect for life of any kind.
Human beings,
No, it doesn't matter what it is.
Along here might be alright, I don't know. View-wise.
We've got a car. Is this a supporter up here? Or is that just a car? You get so suspicious doing this. It's like it could just be someone out for a nice Saturday walk, and I'm like, are you a Hunt supporter? Yeah. Who are you? What are you doing here?
It's nice to know exactly what's going on.
Yeah, exactly.
So
it's a good vantage point.
Yeah, we'll see.
So this is the back of the wood, is it? Where we were?
It's where they first went.
The north.
Yeah. We'll give the other guys a shout, see what they say. The whole time we've been doing this, there's been a couple of teams in there, so it's been great.
They've got visuals. They know roughly where they are.
Yeah. Hey? Oh yeah, please. Yeah. At the very least, we'll have a listen and see what. I'll nick a bottle of your water, please. Thanks, buddy. How you doing?
Yeah, good. How are you?
Enjoying it?
Yeah. Watched the rugby earlier.
Was it good?
It was good.
Who won?
Scotland demolished France.
Oh, good. Oh no, that's good. Sorry, I heard the wrong way round. Yeah, good. I'm pleased Scotland won. Scotland won. Well, no, I won't say it just in case anyone hasn't watched the rugby yet. I don't want to any spoilers. You never know, but it was a good outcome.
I can't believe you just said that out loud.
What?
You said the result out loud.
I didn't say the result out loud. I nearly did. I stopped myself.
Oh, mate, so we're on the north side, water tower end. What were you...
Right. Can't see very much at the moment.
Oh, well, that's in the middle.
Might have gone back to the middle.
All right, give them a shot.
Got to use your ears as much as your eyes on this one. Eyes, ears.
Elephant ears.
Elephant ears. That does work though, It's good for birds. Might seem silly, right? But genuinely doing this in the direction of what you want to listen to does help. If you're into birding or anything like that, it's a good tip. It does amplify it. But I feel like there's loads of people at home now just doing this. Just try it out.
Funny there, is it? All right. Okay, cool. Well, we've just popped round to the north side, so we're up where we went in because we were told he was coming up here. But all right, well, you got him. That's great.
There's our other team. Oh dear, what a day it's been so far. I mean, I'm really hoping that we don't see another fox. I don't think I've ever said that on a normal day, only on days when we're out sabbing, supporting North Hunts. Hunt sabs. Genuinely, their dedication is incredible. The amount of time that these people spend doing. Any support for them goes a long way. Whether you can donate, share, just support them. It makes a big, big difference. But of course, use your voice as well. Message your MP. If you haven't yet, please, please, please do. promise it does really, really help. I know sometimes it feels like voices can get a bit lost, and you can sign petitions and do various different bits and pieces, but I promise the more we do it collectively, the better it is. It's not all lost. Our voices do and are heard. They do matter. So please just speak up. Message your MP. Help the lives of all these animals that we've seen being chased today. Are they in the middle?
I think so, yeah. We're just speaking to some of the other foot teams, so I think I've got eyes on them, because it's really beneficial when you've got a couple of teams, because you can kind of like pincer them. So you can have one on like the north side, one on the south side. And I think, yeah, he might be slap bang in the middle, which make things a little tricky.
Right. Okay. Oh dear.
It's cold.
All in a day's work. I know, the fingers start to go.
Yeah, always. I've always had
Yeah.
gloves.
Yeah.
Boots.
Excellent.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah, I'm loving this.
Yeah? Our cameraman has given up. Pardon?
Our parking's
Oh, yeah.
5,
Okay.
and we'll be fine because it's an AM.
Yeah, okay.
So just to be,
We should be aware of that.
we should probably wrap up because we are.
Going to have to wrap. Okay.
Yeah. Our
Oh,
parking's going to expire at 5, and it's an AMPR one, so they will be fine.
We'll wait here a bit longer.
Oh, okay. Yeah, all right. Let's do that by now.
Trying to get a car in then.
We know we might be okay.
Yeah, but you'll have to extend.
Yeah. I'll just I'll hand the microphone over to Indy for 5 minutes whilst I extend the parking on a car. Yeah, that's true. I'll still hand the microphone over back to Indy.
I need to extend mine as well.
Yeah, you can do yours first and then we'll swap. And Indy can chat to you about things for a minute, but yeah, thank you so much for staying with us. I mean, we never know how long these things are going to last. This is the thing. It's like, how long is a piece of string? They could be so... Fabian just sarcastically went, you're so rude to me. But yeah, you just don't know, like, whether they're going to pack up early, like they tried to, to make us believe that they were doing. Honestly, if you can see what I see, just number of cables and spins and things. So you just don't know how long these things are going to last, but we want to stay until they've said goodnight, really. So we'll extend.
Oh, so they're back in the middle bit of the wood. They're going
Right.
the usual time. Get the front.
Let me know when you've done it, and if you're happy for that.
Hello. He's back there again. Okay. Okay. Well, we'll carry on with our little plan then, going to the west side of it.
Right. Just swift interlude as we all quickly extend our parking so we can carry on following this hunt.
Right. Are they speaking now?
Right.
Okay.
So, yeah. I think today's probably been the closest I've come to really seeing a fox in very, very serious trouble. It's pretty horrible to watch it.
Alright, well, we'll go around
unfold.
and see what's happening by that bit I mentioned, and then if not on the south road, but we can only just keep going around the perimeter, so.
I think they might have gone back on themselves by the sounds of it. Back to where they were.
Left.
Don't ask me for directions, we will get lost. That much I can tell.
Alright, leave it with me, I'm going to get the drone up then.
Time for the drone to come out.
Big sign. Welcome to France.
We could end up in France. It's a real possibility if I was left for directions.
Okay.
Honestly, I have to put the sat nav on to go to Tesco. It's really embarrassing.
Silver card, your coffee, any time to get the drone up. Alright. Having two conversations here.
Oh no. Two phones.
Hang on.
Oh dear. But again, if you do have any questions, do send them in. Thank you so much for sticking with us, bearing with us. We are going to go until we possibly can.
Oh, you're at the bottom, aren't you? Have you got loads? Okay. Alright then. Well, we'll try and get the drone up on him. Alright. Cheers.
So what's going on?
There's hounds all over the place in there. Not like speaking or anything, I think, but just scattered everywhere.
Not on a scent.
Doesn't sound like it. They would hear it if it was.
Yeah.
So some down the bottom where we just were, and then others think that the rest of them are coming up towards the top here. So I'm maybe hoping we can get the drone up.
Okay. Better overall view of what's going on.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty much.
Keeping us on our toes, this lot today. Or at least they're trying to, but we've caught some of the worst of their activity. That poor horse in the cattle grid, if you missed that earlier.
Yeah, you did.
The riders went over a cattle grid where a horse got its foot stuck. The footage was pretty bad. We got the footage. We might be able to be playing that in now, perhaps. But the footage was so bad. This poor animal that was stuck in, trying to get its foot clear, and it was such force and momentum that the horseshoe popped off and was bent. And that's like thick metal. I'm sure you've seen horseshoes and stuff before, but it's like proper thick, hard to bend. I mean, that's durable metal. So we've had the horse that potentially got injured. We don't know how it's doing. Obviously, it kind of got rushed away. Oh, it's really bad. Yeah, so we've got the footage and we played it in.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, so one of the white horses over the cattle grid got his back leg stuck and was really trying to pull it out, and so much force that the horseshoe came off and the horseshoe's bent. So I think that horse got put in. It got whisked away quite quickly, so hopefully it's okay, but I can't imagine there's not a bit of an injury there.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
So that's one of the things that we've seen, as well as, two poor foxes that have clearly been chased.
And this is just one day, see?
This is just one day.
Yeah.
Which is, it's horrific
left.
to watch.
We're going left. Yeah, okay. Yeah. No.
Just checking.
Well, that was a hound. Well, it is technically.
Well, it is a hound, yeah, but it's more of a domestic pet kind of hound. How are you doing?
Yeah, fine, yeah.
This is just an average Saturday. Right, I'm going to sort my parking out. I'm going to hand you over to Indy.
Done it to half 6.
Yeah, go.
Oh no.
Good evening.
Good evening. Of interest to you, I've been wandering around all day with this, which has been keeping us going, which is... That solved it. I've been wandering around all day with our Wi-Fi router, essentially, which has been keeping us going. There it is. It's very comfortable. It's very ergonomic to wear. It's really comfortable. This fantastic metal cage isn't painful on the back, especially when we're moving at high speeds. I have to credit Fabian for that fabulous piece of design. But yeah, I think at the moment we're trying to catch up where they are. Obviously, we can only stick to roads and public footpaths, so they're in a big private area, so we're trying to work out which end they're going to come out of, or maybe that we could get a view into. So going on now. Let's have a look. Are the hounds chipped? Do you know?
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes. Again, I can't give you a definite, but on each individual hunt. But
no. So again, thank you for the comments today, because it's been great to see the general support for, particularly Amir and Megan earlier on, doing all their good stuff. So it's been really, really great to see that. Just keeping up, see what other questions we have. Yeah, lots of people asking people to continue donating. All the links are on the post, are they? Opsmokescreen.org for all the links to donate and sign various things. yeah, please donate to the SABs and all the other charities doing good things. So please keep that up. If you go into email confirmation,
I've got.
You did.
Can I give you?
yeah, do you want to swap?
Yeah, I've just swapped. There we go. Be easier. Oh, just multitasking when your mind's in one thing or another. So we've got one of the teams here that's overlooking field, just as a bit of advantage. There's a hunt spot. Yeah.
It's confusing along here, isn't it?
I mean, it's such a vast bit of woodland, and if they're in the middle and the hounds are scattered everywhere, it makes life a little bit harder.
You know, even back there where that black car was, I can't get through to the one of the teams in the mobile. I can't hear him on the radio. Huh? Yeah, okay, mate. Yeah, no probs.
I just feel like there's always a grey Nissan around us.
Been known to be followed loads of times. Chased into Mount Mowbray once by these lot. In my own car.
Oh no. Wow.
They're heading to what?
There might be a familiar car following us behind, perhaps, but who knows? To be honest, if they can keep an eye on where we are, then they know where they're. If they can keep an eye on where we are, then they know where they're secure, perhaps.
Yeah. Sorry, have you got location of hounds? Did you say it's been a bit crackly, the radio? Got a huntsman trying to gather hounds.
Okay.
He's back down there then. Okay, is he back down towards where our black car is? Black car, if you can hear me. He's back down there.
Just saw the black vehicle.
Yeah, where our black car is, yeah. He's close down there trying to gather hounds, apparently. Okay, copy that. We'll go and pull up there with our black car.
Yeah, well, it was indicating to come in.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh.
It was.
Being Mercedes, sorry.
Oh, right.
There's one man on his own.
Like anyone.
Oh, you say is that the one you think should be
Well, no,
following?
it wasn't actually. It was the grey Nissan.
Nissan.
They were watching as we pulled in.
SUV grey Nissan. I just keep seeing it. Maybe they're just.
So, either Nissan is very popular in this area, or there is someone following us. Well, you just never know. This is the thing, and it's just good to be aware, isn't it, of what's going on in these scenarios, because you don't know. There's been so much, suspicious activity that they do.
Yeah.
You just can't.
Well, I mean, we've been ambushed on busy A roads like this before. We've had the one that.
With our vehicle.
Yeah, please. The one that you've seen. I don't know if you've used it on this stream, but where they put a Land Rover in front of the road, blocked the road off, and then there was like 5 blokes just running at us, and I was driving on the day, and he just launched the hammer into the window where I was driving, the windscreen, sorry, and just smashed the windscreen completely. But we had no choice but to just keep driving because we were being chased at the same time.
It's terrible, isn't it?
And these are the type of people that's the sort of lengths that these lot will go to prevent us documenting what they do.
It's shocking.
Yeah. So yeah, being followed and stuff can be, you've got to be careful. You've got to have your wits about you. But that's happened to quite a few groups, like ambushes like that,
Yeah. Where they've planned something.
Yeah.
It's dangerous, though, isn't it?
Well, they're just out to try and bloody kill someone, aren't they?
Yeah. Intimidate, try and get you to stop or harm.
Well, it's never going to happen. Lots of trouble.
Oh, I know.
I just did it perfectly fine. It's just meant just to try and. That's what I went on, and then it just wasn't happening.
Right. So we've just pulled into a lay-by by main road. It's a 50-mile-an-hour road, and we think that in the middle of the woods somewhere the hounds have scattered. So we've just got to keep an eye on what's going on, really. But we don't entirely know. Some of the groups are in there and have been able to locate exactly where they are. So we're just going to stay and try and keep our eyes open, ears open. Hopefully we won't hear anything from the hounds, because if we do, it means that they're potentially onto a scent. I've got a sab here filming, so perhaps there might be something going on. We've got the drone up in the air. Getting the drone back. Right, okay.
Yeah, it's a question about the drone.
About the drone.
Why isn't the drone used for longer periods of time?
Why isn't drones used for long periods of time? Very good question. Ultimately, battery. Battery for drones is really rather bad. But it's getting better. It is getting better. But it is just a case of battery, especially because, battery drains over distance and how far you fly those things. The state-of-the-art kit, like really, very, very expensive drones have a longer battery, but kind of the more medium-sized, the battery does fail quite quickly, which is, again, why it's so important to, be able to donate to Hunt Sabs so that they can have this kind of equipment, because without it, they wouldn't be able to get the drone in the air whatsoever. So it's all really important stuff that's going on. But yeah, that's why the drone isn't in the air for too long a time period. Unfortunately, technological advancements haven't quite caught up. Barry, honestly. Oh dear. Any luck?
Yes.
Oh, perfect.
Just
Thank you. I'm going to hold you this for a second.
Yeah. We just stopped. Do you know what genuinely I find baffling is that I come into this area every year for a global bird fair, which is based at Rutland, which you can just see Rutland Water. Lovely Wildlife Trust Nature Reserve, who obviously do such great work over there. Ospreys returning soon, as we were talking about earlier. And it's just so sad that you've got Rutland, this fantastic, very well-known nature reserve in the UK, and we are literally a couple hundred metres away from it, and we're having to witness what we are. It's really, really, it couldn't be more of a stark contrast between people doing everything for nature and then a group doing the absolute complete opposite on the other side. So, yeah, that's definitely really disappointing to see, just because it's just so close by. So, yeah, not a fan of that. It was a real moment, because I remember driving up this road and hadn't even considered the thought of fox hunting occurring in this area. And then, of course, seeing what we've seen right next to Rutland is, that's really, really devastating. So, yeah, we're just going to see what we can see here. But it was just maybe a lay-by just further down was where we saw the fox crossing briefly and then the hounds chasing it. So we're still very much in the area of where they were active and still are in the woods over here. So, yeah, we are not far away from them. But, yeah, it's been some day. And please keep donating to the Sabs. All the links in. Or is it up smoke screen? Oh, we hear a quad bike coming. There's the terriers. The terrier women is the same as earlier, isn't it?
So we've got the two people
who
we met earlier. So they're always a bit of a giveaway for hunt action. We know that stuff is going on when they're around. So we'll just hang here for a little bit and see what comes of it. They're just waiting. I think I'm probably interested in what we're up to. But yeah, thank you so much, genuinely, for sticking with us again. We're going to be out here this season and next season. He's a terrier man. Okay, so these people have changed. Let's have a little look. See if that's recognisable. No, don't recognise those two. No.
Oh, right, okay.
Don't recognise these two. They were not they're not the ladies that were on before.
No, the driver is Matthews. She was there
before.
Yeah, the other fellow's named David Carter. He's just a general hunt supporter, but he mucks in on rolling around on the old quad bike and
from time to time.
Yeah, well, they're struggling for numbers, aren't they? So got to get anyone they can now.
Yeah, that is something that's definitely been quite clear. Off they go.
Let me know, yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, apparently the hunt are in there, generally speaking, in the middle of that, but you can see what you're up against when it's like massive woodland like this. And
yeah.
Just,
and again, I mean, look how thick all this thicket is. All of these bushes. I mean, there's no trail in there.
No, I mean, you've got all the avenues and the tracks, great, but then every little offshoot of that is just blocks of gorse, blocks of woodland, and yeah, it's even if you just like drove past and saw it, you immediately, without even filming anything, or without even, you just think, well, that's a fox hunt, isn't it?
Yeah.
And that is what it is. You shouldn't really need. It's just ridiculous. It's, the amount of evidence you need to secure a conviction. It's just a joke, and that's why we need it to change. We keep banging on about it, but
I mean, this, what we've seen today is surely enough. There is no arguing the fact of what these people are doing. I don't understand how it can be argued by law when it's literally in front of everybody's eyes. It's on camera. It's it's not as if it's your word against theirs. Right. There is film of this actually happening, and it still gets swept under the carpet.
Well, have you showed the footage from the recent case of him getting away with it?
Yes, we've seen that. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Well, we can talk about that a bit again, though. Tell us about that.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's just a fox being flushed out of a hedgerow, runs out for its life.
So just to carry on, the fox was running, followed very, very quickly in pursuit of hounds. Very obvious to see. I'm not sure if you're seeing the footage now, but there's a clip in there somewhere of the fox running as fast as it possibly can away. Clearly, the calls and everything were encouraging. We're going to head out. We're encouraging the pursuit of that fox. They weren't calling those hounds off. They were encouraging those animals to chase. Oh, thank you. And but all of that evidence went to court. It happened in January last year. This year, it went into the court system, and the man responsible got a not guilty, despite all the evidence and the evidence. Just gone. He didn't. He got not guilty. I had a little bit. I thought I'd help finish the story.
I mean, you don't. Yeah, I mean, you don't really need words, do you? To be quite honest with that sort of footage, of foxes clearly chased by a matter of metres by a full pack of hounds in full cry. Yes, we don't know the outcome, whether it was killed or not, but that's not.
Inches at one point. There was one hound that was like so close.
Yeah, it's irrelevant anyway. It's the hunting of, whether it gets killed or not. Obviously, we don't want it killed, but
no.
But
legally,
and just because they didn't kill it doesn't mean he's innocent. But it's just, we had doubling horn calls in the build up to that, so he was encouraging the hounds up to that point. The fox the hounds were speaking, so they're indicating they're on it. The fox then is flushed out. The hounds then chase it, and then after that, he then searches the area where the fox went to. So it's like, what more? There's intent.
Yeah.
And madness, absolute madness. They couldn't prove that because he was so he says the other side of the hedge. He says, well, I didn't see. I thought they was just hunting the trail.
But there is a real arrogance around that, because they know that we know, and they know that there's no trail. Like, there is, sometimes when the camera isn't around, they say that there isn't a trail.
Oh yeah. Well, they had to get late evidence from their then senior hunt master to say that she laid the trail. When they played it in court, her on a horse, the other person filming her, she said it's the 17th of January. The actual incident was the 18th of January, and the court didn't even pick up on that fact.
They didn't pick up on that?
No, they didn't make any reference to it. They just let that go through, and I thought, okay, so she's actually got the date wrong and said she's laid the trail on the day before. It's just, God,
if you have to go back and cover your tracks, right, because you're doing illegal activity, maybe do a bit of research and get the date right.
Exactly.
Right?
If no trail was laid that day, it's quite clear that they had to go back at a later date and pretend to lay a rag or lay a rag across the floor pretending it was a trail, right? And whilst doing that, of course, because it wasn't the 18th of January, was it? No. It was probably whenever it was. And they, of course, mucked up and got the date wrong, and that was played in court, and nobody even said anything about it.
But it goes to show, doesn't it, that these type of criminals, and they are criminals because they are breaking the law, are so confident in what they're doing that they're not going to get caught and they're not going to be brought to justice, that they don't care to even get the date right. It's not as if it was like lack of research, which was an error of misjudgment, which it was. But it's just like, they get away with it.
The other problem with this whole hunting act thing is that, okay, they don't care. there's a few reasons for that. One of them is just arrogance and entitlement. We've done this for centuries and traditions. The other, though, is that the penalties, if they get caught, are, I mean, that's it. It's a slap on the wrist. There's no punishment. So why would they care about getting caught hunting and chasing a fox, killing a fox, whatever? Why would they care? So that's another part of it, is that the law needs to be tightened up to also include stronger punishment for these people, that if they do get found to be breaking the law, then the punishment actually means something, and that will then deter, their behaviour. And that's all the government need to do. It's a massive win for the government. If how many bloody decades has the population been against fox hunting? Forever almost. So it's a massive win, and at a time where people are sort of annoyed with the government, they could win a few votes and that with people. And
it's an easy win, isn't it? There are some things in terms of environment, animal welfare, that are an easy win for a government, especially at a time which is so up in the air. And we live in a world which is so divided and so full of hate in so many ways. It's a sad state of the world at the moment. But you think, the government will be going for these easy wins for the majorities, right? And the vast majority of people in the UK, regardless of who they vote for, what party they support, regardless of whether they live rurally or in towns, we know for a fact that the majority want trail hunting banned, properly illegal.
That's the greatness that's following us.
This one in front.
Or has been around, not following us.
don't recognise it.
So this is the car that's been following? Around. It's been around. Okay. Oh, okay, it's been around. Fine.
Hopping out?
Yeah.
Yeah, why not? Let's get out, get some fresh air. Maybe go out the other side.
Yeah, it is an easy win. Why the government won't just pull the finger out and get it done.
Simple, isn't it? We've got some hounds.
What are you putting in?
So it's a single hound.
All right.
Oh, you go. You can hear the calls.
Yeah, it was on the right at the end of the path.
Wait and see what happens. Oh yeah, just behind the tree line. Some subs. Hound chasing sheep. Hound chasing sheep. Ooh, look at that.
It was just running after them. It's just turned around.
Oh my goodness. So it's not just wildlife that is disturbed. It's domesticated animals. Farmers talk so much about having, dogs on lead and the impact that dogs can have on domesticated animals like sheep, but to let your hounds just loose like that to chase those sheep, that is such irresponsible care of all kinds of animals, the hounds as much as the sheep. Sheep is still running to the left.
Livestock worrying or sheep worrying or something.
There is, yeah. About
dogs.
See
if they clamp down on the hunts about it, because that's also common behaviour.
Yeah. That whole flock of sheep just legging it.
Oh right, okay.
It's lambing season.
And it's lambing season. That's true. And it's lambing season.
Okay.
Lambing season. There's just no care.
Well, they just go off.
And they've disturbed the pheasant.
And the pheasant's in flight. That's all right.
Okay, well, have we got on the right yet?
Oh, here we go. Are we gonna cross the road? Where the cars are. The cars are right. Riders coming through. Are they going to cross this fast road? Or they're just hugging the hedge line? problem with being short.
Strange.
Have they just ridden up? They were so close there.
Yeah.
They must have just ridden up a bit.
Well, maybe we need to.
Okay, back.
Just watch this road. So this is the road where they chased the deer across.
This is the road.
November, yeah.
They
Caught
chased
on the
a
drone. It ran out of here, ran into that wood.
Oh,
That's
poor thing.
under police investigation at the minute. Watch yourselves up.
Yeah. It's all fine. There's one in the field on the left. Is it got some hounds? Yeah, just on its own. There's a hound in there having a sniff, nose to the ground. Yeah, it is a bit of an issue because when you have hounds like that on their own right next to a main road, I mean, you can hear how busy this is. You know, you just hound comes out this way, it's in a lot of trouble. Another hound.
She's going to the. She's gone across.
Yeah.
On that way. Oh, yeah, just
Very
just
scattered.
Near the track now.
Yeah,
Those
got it.
rocks.
Yeah. Moving to the right. Might need to get back in the vehicle. Oh. Need to be quick.
Just probably going to run out into this middle of this busy road.
Another one up
Another
there.
one here.
Another hound coming. Hi, sweetie. Hey.
What's happened, mate?
So these are hounds that are right next to a massive main road. I have to stop them from going out. Don't go that way. Hi. Go this way, sweetie. Hi. Hi. They shouldn't be anywhere near this main road at all. Don't cross, don't jump. Hey. Hi. Hi. Hi, sweetheart. Hi. You can see.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No, I know. Yeah.
Make yourself useful.
You know about the lost hounds? Yeah.
Okay.
I want to let you know you've got hounds about to run out to a busy A road. Supposed to be your hunt. You're supposed to support this hunt. Megan.
Yes.
Thursday, it's my mum's birthday. I couldn't get.
But you can see the hound temperament here. I mean, enjoying a bit of a belly rub, enjoying a bit of a breath. But
This is the thing. So on top of trying to stop them chasing foxes and all the rest of it, you've got them chasing sheep over there. You've got hounds running all over the road here. You've got horses getting tangled in cattle grids, and we've got to try and deal with all of this stuff because it's just it's madness.
well, you don't want any animal getting hurt. I mean, these dogs.
We don't. No, but you've got hunt supporters sat here in a car.
They're doing nothing.
Couldn't give a damn.
Don't care about the dogs.
They now drive off. You know.
Hey, it's all right.
You go. You guys go.
We'll. Hi, sweet. You stay there. Hey. Hi. What's this? Don't do that. Come on.
You stay with us.
Stay there. Baby. Stay there.
Oh,
You are beautiful.
you're sweet. No.
Don't do that. Come here. Come on. Have some time. Have some love.
Oh, sweet baby.
You're beautiful. Give yourself a bit of a breather. You've had a long day. But the temperament.
You going back?
She do. What's going on?
Did you get that on camera?
I saw it
Falling over again.
Potentially take them back and drop them back to the kennels. But, I mean,
Oh.
unless they go back that way into back into.
Where are they?
Back into, I don't know where even know
Where's
where
the?
are. As long as they don't come out onto this road.
Oh. Poor things. Hey, hey, hey! Nope.
Hey.
All right. You can't go on the road, sweetie.
Come on.
You can't go on the road.
Stop the traffic and let them go, Luke.
You can't go on the road, sweetie.
Okay.
I know. Okay. This dog is right next to a 50-mile-an-hour. Yeah, I've got him. I got him. Yeah, I got him. Next to a 50-mile-an-hour road. To hold on to him. Good boy. I'm assuming boy. Good boy. Good boy. You are strong, aren't you? You're going to take the hounds. No good.
One's here.
Oh, ow.
Right, so we come up with the hound here.
There's another one coming through. Yeah, come take him. Very strong. Don't want him all going out on the road. Yeah, it's not safe.
Yes, it is, yes.
That wasn't safe.
Oh, here's the master of the hunt. Okay, let's talk to you, Alice. You're the master of this hunt and you've hosted them.
Why are your hounds out on a road?
Hounds running on a busy road. You're a disgrace. Give us that one here. They're an absolute joke, these people. That's the woman who's hosted this hunt today.
Okay.
Look, you haven't got a clue, have you? What about this one, Alice? What are we doing about this hound? All right then, come on. How can you explain this? You're hunting a trail, are you? No, you're not. Hounds are all over the place.
But the terrier people just turn up.
Absolutely disgusting. Oh, we've got you two turning up now as well. Bit late to the party. We've had to stop these dogs on the bloody road.
They nearly got run over.
Carried on out. Careful with the dog's neck. Be careful.
Film that, because that's a lot of pulling on the neck.
Awful pulling on the neck.
It's just not.
Pick him up.
Poor thing.
Ryan's doing that.
Poor thing is really scared.
Now, Ruth, have we not had
Oh
this
God, that's devastating to watch. That dog does not want to go with those people. These dogs nearly got run over on the road. The hunters just turned up.
Not trail hunting, are you? Otherwise, you'd have control over your hounds.
Are you?
Disgusting.
Through that wood,
Get
are
that
you?
dog
Is it not-
safe now. Get that
The
dog
hounds
safe
were
now.
everywhere.
Disgusting, you know that. Can you do something then? Can you get that dog safe, please? Come on. No, get this dog safe. It's not safe on a busy A road route.
Or safe for the cars also.
Crying out loud.
I don't want to crowd it too much.
They must have been watching tonight to come in.
The other hunt supporters were there. I don't want to crowd too much to stress the dog out, so I'm going to step back. I'm keeping back just because that poor dog is surrounded by a lot of people. So I think, the more we can do to minimise that stress, the better. But those two hounds, really, nearly. There's just no control over the pack. There's no control over the impact that they have. They could have lost their lives on this road today. Someone's car would have been damaged.
You don't care about dogs, do you? Like you don't care about any animals.
All right.
Do you?
All right. Off the car goes with those two poor dogs back to the kennel.
Oh no, they're a disgrace.
It's awful. It's disgusting to see. That's heartbreaking. Imagine if those were your dogs, right? Imagine if those were your dogs. I mean, I think about the poodles, right? Like, why do they get treated so very differently? It's honestly just heartbreaking. They nearly died out on this road. These guys turn up, pull the animal by the neck to get it in a car. Pull it by the neck.
That's a little dick, man.
That animal did not want to go with that woman.
We need to move, guys.
We're going to move. There's another situation going on. Poor dog. That was hard. That was really hard.
That's ridiculous, isn't it? But we see this all the time.
It's so hard. There's and you could tell that dog did not want to go back.
I know. It's just...
How those dogs were when they had a bit of affection.
They're so loving.
Love. Like, they don't get it, that they are victims of this as well.
Right.
They are victims of
Okay,
them.
there's another lot of sabs down on the Langham Lane. We need to get down there ASAP because there's some sort of situation going on. I'm not sure. So first left, please.
Okay.
Nice one. So yeah, whilst that's happening, they could well be over there chasing foxes. So how do we deal with all this stuff? You know, this is why we need a tighter law, and we need police out here doing something.
Where are the police? Like, where are they today? I mean, we've seen evidence of law being broken. You know, I haven't seen a police car.
Like I say, like when we rang them on Thursday, they turned up with their drone, which was great.
Yeah.
But you don't always get that, you know.
No.
There's been quite a few comments asking if
Quite.
people watching can call.
If people watching can call the police.
Well, yeah,
I mean,
one of us will probably have to call them.
It all
carries
helps.
on because, you know, funnily enough, the last time they were around here, the police actually witnessed this themselves.
Yeah.
It documented that one of the hounds going in the police car with the coppers, you know.
Yeah. It all helps, genuinely. It all helps.
I don't know what's happening down there.
There's a bit of a situation unfolding. We don't know what's happening, whether it's fox, hound related, human related. We just got to get there quick and make sure everyone's all right.
Somewhere down here, keep your eyes out everywhere.
Feels like quite a tense situation at the moment.
This is back over where we saw the fox earlier.
Yeah.
The first fox.
This is the first fox.
That's
yeah.
right, yeah.
Is it here? See what's going on. We've got someone running out to us.
Vehicle? Oh. Just open that door, pal.
Right. What's going on?
The public's just come out here with the dogs on the lead, right, going mental. She's obviously just run into the hounds. She's running out here, look, she's going absolutely crazy. She's got in the car and driven off really fast. There's hounds running in front of the cars here as well. Hunt's gone over that direction.
Okay.
But she can run it. Oh, she's got 3 dogs on the lead, 2 Labradors and another dog. She's absolutely screaming. No, she's got in the car and she just literally sped off. She's going crazy. And we saw hounds, some of the hounds came out here after her.
Down there, then where the hounds are gone. Yeah? Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you. It goes to show, doesn't it? Like, you know, it's terrorising the community. A woman who's trying to walk her labs.
Need to go. Follow us, please, Silver Team.
You know, if someone's trying to walk her dog, she's just come into contact with the hounds and the hunt. Clearly a bad interaction if she's just got here shouting and screaming and is really concerned. Like, you know, the local community don't want this.
No, I know they don't. That's why we get contacted by them so much. And, you know, and that's not just this community, that's other hunts as well, saying, the hunt have been here causing this, what can you do? And we're saying, well, we're only one group, there's so many hunts around us, we can only do as much as we can, you know. But
Riders on the road, up ahead. That car just had to brake pretty fast.
He's looking to the right, so he's doing the woods.
Looking straight, it's on point. So what a weird place to be on point. Is he on point?
Just in the middle of, well,
or is he just having a look? That's a weird place to stop like on a bend in the centre of a country road.
Exactly.
What on earth are you doing?
Do we just want to hang up here?
Like, hello?
Yeah, we can see
That's
that,
safe for you and your animal.
This way, please, towards the prison. All subs. Can we keep going, please?
I'm not getting out.
Does it carry on going?
Yeah.
Carry on going. Carry on driving down.
Yeah, go down and turn right. Leave these subs, I'll deal with that. Who is it? Oh,
Right.
hang on a minute, just stop a minute.
Stop it.
That's the field master, so he should have something to say about all these hounds all over the place. Right, let's get out.
Let's go have a little chat. They're on point.
Okay, black team, do you copy? Can you get down to the
Thank you.
Thanks, mate.
Cars coming through.
Yeah, that's a hunt sport as well.
Yeah.
Sam, red coat directly in that field behind.
Okay, just look at it then. That's the field master.
This is the field master.
William Bell. Hounds are loose on the road. Black vehicle, can you keep going down towards the prison?
I just had to hold your dog down so it didn't get hit by a car.
I haven't blown a horn. See that? He's accused me of blowing a hunting horn. He accused me of pulling them hounds on the road.
Well, you can watch our live stream, and you've been with us the whole time. We've got hounds on the field. They got the live stream. You've been with us the whole time. There's been no horns used. Off he goes. Like the moment that we turn up, bit of questioning, can't hack it. It's literally like they get desperate.
He's going back up there, kind of maybe indicating that they're going to push back that way again. But so we've got a team going in there and a team going round the other side. So I suppose we're not in the worst spot. Just to
okay, see what goes on, and then we can turn around if we need to. But that is mad how quickly all of a sudden things have turned. Yeah.
It wouldn't happen if you weren't blowing your hunting on. Have you seen me blowing hunting on?
You have not.
Once?
You have not.
Especially around that main road, which is what is a kid. It's just,
you have not. And the thing is, all of this is evidence. I mean, this is what happened when we were out a couple of weeks ago. The live stream has been used for police evidence a couple of weeks ago. Right. We can do all of that again. You know, it's all there. You've been with us the whole time.
Has he? Okay.
Yeah. Coming back towards us. Great. If you want. Quad.
Is that quad? Yeah, I think so.
Oh yeah, well it's got some lights on, hasn't it? You can hear. Is that the horn?
Yeah, you can hear it over there.
Yeah, horn on to the left.
Said that the longer it gets on in the day, the more agitated they get.
Yeah, so they just get more and more desperate. I mean, they've got paying riders, you know, that have paid for this experience. And obviously a bit annoyed that we've made it hard for them. So towards the end of the day, when they're losing light and they have to turn in, they're getting more and more desperate and making stupid, reckless decisions without a second thought for the welfare of their animals. But then why would they care about the welfare of those animals when their whole mission is to go and tear things apart? This is illegal. Just a reminder, this should not be happening in 2026. It's been illegal since 2004 when the Hunting Act came in. And what they're currently doing is something called trail hunting, where supposedly someone goes out and lays a trail early in the morning and they follow a scent, a mammal scent of a fox. How they get said fox, of course, is, well, I'll leave that to your imagination. This person runs the trail, the hunt goes out, and they meant to follow this artificial, well, not artificial, the scent of a mammal. And that doesn't happen. By their own admission, that is a smokescreen. Trail hunting is a smokescreen for illegal fox hunting. We see it time and time again, evidence of this. We've been out today supporting the Hunt Sabs, and we've seen it for ourselves. And they're like, no, it wasn't us. The gaslighting, right? If you were watching earlier on, I had a lovely question lovely with, you know, quotation marks, conversation with a woman in the hunt who offered for me to come and have a look round sometime. I obviously declined. But she was like, no, we don't do any of that. There's literal footage of them doing everything, and they do this all the time. The abuse that people get, it's just relentless. It's absolutely relentless, and it's sick, and it just makes me so sad more than anything. I'm just gutted that we have to be here on a beautiful March Saturday protesting against common sense and care and kindness and compassion for the animals that we share our planet with. Okay, I've gone on a lot of rants recently and I do apologise. But I don't apologise because I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed and upset.
I'd like to say sorry to absolutely nobody.
What was that? Yeah, our director and camera up just said sorry to absolutely nobody, and that is absolutely true.
Well, that's the field master, yeah? So he's supposed to be in charge of the field riders, what's left of them. He's gone over there, you can hear him calling. The huntsman's over there, he's gone over there calling back hounds that are missing. That's what he's doing over there now.
He's trying to get
he's trying to gather other hounds that are missing that we don't even know about. But they know. They know they're missing.
They know that they're missing, they know.
And he's gone back over that way now trying to gather them. It's just carnage. And he's supposed to be in charge of the riders. I mean, there's hardly any left, but
given up for the day. But that's so
They will
bad.
be hating that you've seen that and documented that today,
Oh,
because
yeah.
it's just showing.
But we are going to revisit that time and time again. I mean, that's footage that we are going to be sharing a lot of. Having to hold a hound. Oh yeah, look at these lambs, right? So it's lambing season. There are lambs out in the field, and earlier on we saw the hounds chasing a flock of sheep. So it's not just wild animals that come into contact with these hunts, it's domesticated animals too. The pressure is absolutely everywhere. The community's sick of it, the wildlife is sick of it, I'm sick of it, everybody's done, and God, it's just infuriating. It is so infuriating.
Barry's done with it.
Barry's done with it. We're going to head down. Ah.
Yeah.
Just literally pin a hound down. It's crazy. Thank you. All right.
I mean, I'm laughing, but it's not.
It's funny though, isn't it? Because you don't know what else to do.
Yeah.
Like it's just so like I don't know, like mad that you can't help but like, yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
He's back out on the road.
He's back out on the road. I wonder if he's got any hounds with him. Probably not.
The riders.
Anyway, he's going off now, trying to find lost hounds.
So he was the one that was shouting.
He was the one you just heard calling over there, you know, "Way," or whatever he was calling. Down and towards the kennels, roughly. Towards that site that we went in on earlier. So we've got a couple of teams. One's following him, one's gone further up, so they've got him location-wise. So he's going. I mean, that's generally towards the kennels, but I mean, I don't know what time it is. Must be gone 5 anyway.
I would have thought so. 10 past 5.
So, I mean, after that, they should be thinking, well, that's enough, you know. But yeah, I mean, right? Yes, it's towards the kennels, yeah. So the thing is, that woman who came with the lead is a master of the hunt, which means she's one of the people that are in charge of running this hunt.
It's terrible.
That's the wife of Edmund Robb today. Yeah,
Right.
so she's hosted the hunt and she's a master of the hunt. So these kind of situations, she should be now reprimanding people within hunt. Why have hounds gone off like that? What, you know, why is this?
She should be sorting it out. I mean, those are her responsibility.
They are,
like,
yeah.
She should be making sure that their safety is paramount and sorting it out so that doesn't happen again.
Yeah.
But
she didn't even say, "Oh, thank." If that was our dog, we'd go, "Oh, thanks so much."
Oh my God,
you know?
I would be.
You know, just say like, "Well done for stopping them" or whatever, getting on the road.
Yeah.
They just don't care. But yeah, and they're big dogs, as you can see. They're hard to sort of.
Quite
keep hold
hard.
of.
Yeah, I mean, I had to like wrap my whole body round.
Yeah, absolutely.
round him to stop him from going in the
And
road.
you can see that they're not used to having leads on them like that, so you know they're being dragged along like that. The best way is just to pick the dog up like that, you know.
Yeah.
Just
anyway, less stressful for him.
You know, they're all supposed to be in charge of the hunt and know what they're doing. They're just.
It's horrible. And 15,000 of these go out every season. Like, just to really reiterate and drive that point home, because a lot of people, I think, consider hunts to be like a thing of the past. If they do happen, it's quite rare. But the fact that there are 15,000 is massive.
Yeah, it's. I think people are shocked when they go, "Oh, they do it in the week."
Yeah.
Yeah, you know they.
When you're at work and everything else, like they're out there.
You could maybe drive up to Ashwell Hall, so you'll find that on your map. You can drive up the little track and we can have a look in the back. But yeah, no, this takes place 6 days a week, you know.
It's a lot.
From let's say mid-August to early April, mid-April in the sort of West Country. It's a lot of time, isn't it?
It's a lot of time. You know, working on a hunt like that and dedicating your life to the suffering of innocent foxes. I mean, it's not much of an accolade, isn't it? It's not much of a... a tombstone.
Yeah.
You know, I wouldn't want that written on my tomb.
No, yeah.
You haven't achieved much in life if that's what you've dedicated your life to.
Well, we are friendly with these people up here. They don't mind us coming up here.
There's permissions. You know.
Otherwise, I'll just walk up there and have a look. But, yeah, these guys here have had bother with the hunt before, and they previously said that we could use this track sort of any time. But
well, that's nice of them.
Yeah. Hopefully they come out and speak about it, but you never know.
Well, if they're willing to. They're watching and want to. Very welcome.
Yeah. So there's a few little woods, as you can see in here. So the kennels are just over there to the left.
Right. Okay.
So there's a few little woods here.
They might just kind of have a little sniff along on their way back.
Yeah, hopefully.
They got. I mean, the light is definitely closing, isn't it? So it's got to be.
Yeah.
I mean, if they're desperate, they might power on through for a little bit longer. But.
Yeah. I mean, hunting is known to go on until it's dark, and beyond a bit. And then, of course, we lose when it's dark. You've got no cameras, so you can't, unless you do that and shine a light in front of it. But when it's at like 500 metres away or whatever, difficult. So we're going to just have a little hop out here a minute, please. Listen, see what's going on.
Okay. See what's going on. So which area did they come up from?
They came from our right.
Yeah, and they're travelling this direction?
Roughly speaking, that was the last known location. I'll try and see if anyone's heard anything.
Okay.
Silverfoot team, do you copy? Cool. You said he was going...
Gosh. What a day. What a day. Do we want some more facts? We'll be wrapping up soon, but...
We've got hardly any battery left.
We're running out of battery. Oh, a bit of paper from my pocket. Right. Let's see what more we've got going on.
I can book a hotel room, by the way, if you want.
There's an old firm tomorrow.
You're what, sir?
There's an old firm tomorrow.
We haven't actually gone through this. Right, let's do a little bit of the Cottesmore CV. Are you ready for the Cottesmore CV, everybody? So this is a list of things that they have done in recent years. November 13th, 2024, hired Cottesmore thug pleaded guilty to several violent offences against the Sabs. March the 2nd, 2 people connected to the Cottesmore Hunt were arrested as part of Leicestershire Police's Operation Enlighten. On top of the violent offences, 1 man was arrested for driving under the influence of drugs. On 24th of February 2024, Sabs received more intimidation. 1 woman was threatened with physical violence and others received threats to their home. Unfortunately, that is something that kind of continues more frequently than we would like. But the list continues. Bear with me. Got a lot more to go on. January 13th, 10 or more masked hired thugs armed with a hammer attacked an NHS vehicle and physically dragged Sabs through the mud. An NHS vehicle... and dragged the Sabs through the mud. We continue. 6th of January 2024, NHS Northants Hunt Sabs, I should say. It's not NHS, it's in National Health Service. It's the Northants Hunt Sabs. Released footage of wildlife defenders being attacked by masked men. So... it just goes on and on. August 2023, huntsman Sam Jones, who we have seen and we've spoken a little bit about, he appeared in court and pleaded not guilty to common assault after his horse leapt a fence while a Sab was standing on the other side. As a result, the horse hit the Sab. Jones then rode off and continued hunting like nothing had happened, and that incident happened in February 2023. Jones was acquitted by the judge in November 2023 in a display of the court's pro-hunt bias. We continue on. October 2022, Angela Jarman committed a hit and run on a hunt Sab during a Cottesmore hunt on her land. Jaron pleaded guilty to a diminished charge of actual bodily harm, but escaped going to prison. Another one. In November 2021, the Cottesmore Hunt Pony Club manager, Sarah Moulds, was filmed kicking and punching her horse, something I'm sure many of you have seen. It went viral on social media and hit all the news. The public was absolutely outraged, and rightly so, because that footage was pretty grim. She was found not guilty in August 2023. One more for you. Why not? September 2021. Hunt Sab suffered broken ribs when a Cottesmore Hunt steward assaulted him. At the time, the Hunt Sab told the London Economic that told the London Economic that he was attacked and pulled clean off a gate, breaking 2 ribs. He was then targeted yet again in December by members of the Hunt again after he was trying to check on an injured horse. That horse later died. That is the CV of the Cottesmore Hunt, everybody. That is what they get up to. The long list of atrocities, grievous bodily harm, driving under the influence of drugs, dragging people through the mud, giving broken ribs. Today we could add onto that list, a horse got stuck in a cattle grid. We saw 2 foxes chased. I mean, it just goes on and on. It goes on and on. It's quite a list.
That hounds are a bit all over the place over in that direction.
Right.
So I think they're trying to launch the drone to have a look.
That's good.
Yeah, I suppose so. Let's find out exactly where the drone... What, the drone? Yeah.
Drone's going up in the air. This gives us a bit of an insight. Right, back in the van. See what's going on. We might be able to get a better overview of where the hounds are at. You right? Yeah.
We're missing someone.
Yeah.
It's madness, isn't it?
It is mad.
Utter madness.
Yeah, it's crazy. And it's crazy that this has become your normality. Like, this is just what you do. And
Well, but we don't let it affect us as people. It doesn't change us as, we don't all of a sudden turn mental and, start letting our dogs run all over the roads and turn...
No, of course not. But it's sad that this is what you have to be confronted with time and time again. Yeah, well, that takes its emotional toll more than anything.
Well, you just get on with it, really, because you have to, because they get on with it.
Yeah. But it's still hard.
It is hard. But they're ruthless in their attempts to hunt, chase wildlife, injure horses, beat people up, let hounds run over. They're ruthless in that, so we have to be ruthless in our approach, and we have to be as dedicated as possible.
Absolutely.
Yes, please. We need to get the silver vehicle to get the drone, please, or speak to the drone person. So, yeah.
I mean, it shows the amount of dedication, because, it's... when you see the footage, on social media, it's one thing and it's bad enough. But to be the ones out there, filming it is a whole other ball game.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
So it takes a lot of dedication from all of you.
Yeah,
and
of course it does,
and the whole situation. We would be so much. I know it feels like we're behind now, but we would be so much more behind if it wasn't for you guys out in the field all the time.
Yeah, the HSA's really been driving force for animals, to be honest with you, across the board since 1963. They've. It's been a brilliant organisation. Longest running direct action organisation in the world, I believe.
That's amazing.
And what's great, the HSA pride themselves on being all volunteer run. We're going to hop out here. And no wages and all that kind of business. We do it out of passion and dedication to the wildlife.
It's the most important thing.
Yeah, absolutely. So.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, have you got it out?
No, I'll put it back.
Oh, okay. Can you change it and get it back, please? Yeah, just because they want to have a look at it. I don't know.
See where they are.
Hello?
At the moment, it just seems like hounds are all over the place at the moment. There's no distinct direction. They might have even lost a couple of the hounds. They're trying to get them all back in one spot. No control over the pack. I mean... This is a lot now. This is just a lot. Any questions? Have we got any questions coming in? Any comments or thoughts? Just any ideas or thoughts or
towards the kennels.
Things are always really good.
Just if we could try and launch just next to a vehicle once it's up, is that alright? Just so we can see the screen.
Oh yeah.
You can put it out. Obviously, put it
Oh
out.
yeah. I need to put it up
once
here
the screen-
anyway.
Yeah,
That's fine. Don't worry about that.
Got anything coming in?
Loads of
She's got a spotter here.
Loads of respect for the subs. Good. Good. I'm pleased. The subs deserve loads of love.
There's Hunt supporters.
Got some Hunt supporters coming in. But yeah, it's Yellowhammer.
I saw one of them. Where did I see one of them?
Lovely. Oh, there you go. Look, flying to the Yellowhammer. Look at that in the bush.
I saw one in Lincolnshire the other day.
Getting a nice view of it.
Yeah.
Look at that. Lovely little bird. Again, you have to make the most of these nice wildlife moments when they happen.
To the left, Sab, or sort of straight-ish, actually, yeah. Yeah, apparently he's moved, Sab, slightly more towards the kennels, so...
Oh. Right, let's have a little look what's going on in the drone. So when was the last time you got a bit of a glimpse of the hunt?
A little while ago, saw the hounds and hunt in I think it was Burleywood. Got a glimpse of them.
Oh, hang on.
Oh,
Some hairs there.
some hair. They've scattered quite a lot.
Sam, what direction did you say? Because I'm
Well,
going in
it
that
sounds
direction.
like he was going towards the kennels, it's just slightly left, on a track. Yeah, hang on a minute.
There's two hair running across it.
There's two hair.
Sorry, I need to get that again. Sorry, mate, can you repeat that, please? Something about the kennels. Heading towards the back of the kennels.
Heading
somewhere,
towards-
which is to your left.
Oh, is that, can you
What's that?
Yeah.
that way?
Yeah,
You can hear them.
Looking the wrong way.
Go on, you direct it in.
So I think
Left, I think.
that's the prison. So
There they are.
I'm looking this way.
Yeah, but what? There's stuff out there.
You can definitely
It might
hear
be
'em.
hounds back in the kennels. So sorry, where's the prison? Where are we? We're there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you want to go over there? There you go.
Stuff that's running and
That
it looks,
building
I
there.
don't know, it looks like...
Which building, sorry, was that?
That farm over there. Or at least get a good zoom of it. I think that's it there, yeah. That's the kennels, yes. So, have we got anything on the approach? What's the whack?
There they are.
Got them, yeah?
We've got
there
him.
they got 'em.
Okay. Alright, subs, we've got the...
Yeah, there are the hounds.
They're just south of the kennels. They're milling around a little cover, not far from Ashwell Hall.
So, walking along the hedgerow.
Going into the field.
They're getting closer and closer, aren't they, to back to home. Doesn't seem to be anywhere near as many hounds as there were a while ago. I mean,
Well-
that seems like a very...
I'm not even going towards the kennels now.
You can hear.
You can hear them.
They're just in there.
Okay. Oh yeah, look, he's pulling them up, look.
Oh, yeah.
He'll probably pop out in a minute, won't he?
Oh,
outside
rider.
of that. Yeah. He's hunting
Yeah,
them, so he's encouraged.
big horn.
So, yeah, keep
No
going.
sign of slowing up yet. Going down.
I think they're only about 2 fields away. That's it, so keep going to your right and watching them on that.
Good story. Good story.
Their heads are down.
Yeah, they
Let's hear
are.
a snippet.
Their heads are down.
Yeah.
The heads are down, which is not good. Heads are down, which means they might be on the scent of something.
They're coming to it. You know
I'm
what?
directly
They're coming towards
over-
us as
I'm
well.
directly over
Can
it.
I give you... I'm going to pop that in your pocket.
Yeah, of course. Pretty good eye. You keep your eye out as well.
Just a minute.
They're going back.
Right, going back into that bit of woodland. They're definitely on the scent of something.
What, YouTube?
They're hunting them through this little covert.
They're interested. Getting this sort of aerial view though is so important because you can really see so much more from that perspective. Back along that same hedgerow though.
You can zoom in a bit more.
Yeah.
You can see the rider. Right, okay. Hares are scattering. A red coat. Oh, milling about.
There's no control over his hounds right now.
No, those hounds are all over the place, aren't they? They're just
everywhere.
There we go.
Just call them back.
Slightly coming back to the rider now.
Chaos.
It is absolutely chaos. It is hunt havoc. It is, intimidating to the communities. It's devastating to wildlife. It's an insult to everybody's intelligence as well. Like, this idea that, as they said to us earlier, oh no, we don't do any of that illegal activity. We're just abiding by the law. We don't, we don't kill fox. Like,
it's disgusting they do it so blatantly as well.
So blatantly, and take such a joy out of lying to everyone when there is film and photographic evidence, and they know that we've seen that, and it's the joy that they have in just...
It might be going back to the kennels now.
We are getting to the end of battery, so we might have to wrap up. It looks like the hounds might be going back to the kennel, but we'll keep an eye on it. We're going to do a quick wrap up because our batteries are going. Right, get the tea. Batteries are going, so we're going to wrap up.
Okay, all right.
So thank you so much to everyone who has stuck with us. Of course, we've seen a lot of evidence of illegal activity that the hunts have been partaking in today. But this isn't just today. This goes on and might be the end of the season. But unless that true ban comes in on trail hunting, then we're going to be back at it again next season. So, massive love and respect to these guys who are out constantly. If you can support them, donate, share. Please write to your MP. Please do what you can. Share it on social media and everything else. Thank you for sticking with us. We'll see this through and make sure those hounds get back into the kennel. But thanks so much.
Nice one. Thanks.
Massively appreciate it. And thank you, Amir, for joining us as well. You're an absolute legend. Love you to pieces. And I'll catch up on the tea soon. But other than that, thank you for watching, everyone. Really appreciate it. Please support. And we'll see you next time, because I promise you there is going to be a next time. We'll see you then.